Welcome to Dwarven Forge Live. This is On the Anvil, episode 48. And I got it right because I asked Chris like
Well,
2
you didn't have
minutes
to say
ago.
that.
Okay. I outed myself. This is the, I am Nate, and this is Chris, and we're in the studio, which is just the best place to be streaming from, rather than my garage. And we're going to spend the next 2 hours with no filter.
That doesn't look like a basement. You haven't seen some basements.
Look. And I'm drinking unfiltered cider in honor of... Do you realize this? It was like...
Wait, is it
awesome
unfiltered?
coincidence. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Look at that.
No filter. So we're 2 hours. We're going to hang out, talk about... take you behind the scenes here at Dwarven Forge. Talk about our process, what's going on, what we're thinking, what we're up to. Take lots of questions, hang out with you, talk terrain, and drink some unfiltered cider.
Yeah. Ooh, and back in the studio today, too. Yeah, you're going to be seeing the studio more often, I think. We're moving into...
We're getting jabbed.
Yeah. Pretty much the whole staff is fully vaccinated at this point. And I know, this is my third day in a row back in the office, which is exciting. So, yeah. Dang, the intro had pretty much no issues. What is this magic?
Because there's a professional running this.
Professional.
So speaking of professional, what are we doing today, Chris?
Today, the first thing I want to say is, if anybody's noticed, roughly an hour ago, our web store went down.
Oh no! Was it an attack by the Ukrainians again?
It's an attack, actually. It's
remember our site?
Introgus has
our site got attacked.
It
by
did?
it was like some Ukrainian bots or something. At one point, Johanna was freaking out. Yeah, it didn't go down, but it was we got thousands of pings. There was something.
What
I don't know.
Want with us?
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah. We have a secret nemesis. So why is the site down, Chris?
So the site's down because we're finally doing the long-awaited store overhaul. We're adding a filter system to make it easier to sort through the sets that are there. So instead of... one of the things people have been complaining about for a very long time is that when you go to our store, it's kind of just a barrage of here's just a bunch of stuff. Most of it's out of stock. It's not really organized in any sensible fashion. That is all going to change tonight.
Except for the stock part. But
Except for the stock part. Although we are also still making progress on that. We do have some news regarding that stuff too. So today we're going to talk about what those changes are. They should be going live around the time our stream ends. I also have opened a channel on the Discord for collecting bugs and stuff. So if anybody sees anything like that, please go over to the Discord and let us know so we can fix it.
Conceptually, Johanna's going to be done at 9 o'clock, and it's going to go live.
Yeah.
And we should take bets whether she can be done early or late.
Yeah.
Should we take a poll?
I don't want to subject her to that. I don't want to add pressure.
I know
she doesn't watch these, but
she's going to be early.
Yeah.
That's
if it does go up early, I'll let you all know.
But the second half of this episode, or tail end, we're going to talk about the filters, and maybe my hope was that somehow she'd get it done early and it could be live and people could poke around on it while we were talking. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah. So outside of that, let's go ahead and get into the news.
Wait, that was news.
Oh, kind of, but it wasn't news.
It wasn't news.
It wasn't news.
News.
It was news, but I mean it was
news.
I mean it was tied into what we were going to be doing later.
Got it.
So it was still kind of I guess I went too far.
Pseudo news.
I don't want to go back to it after pseudo.
Okay.
Oh, man, I want us to make a pseudo dragon so bad.
Pseudo dragons are awesome.
They're genuinely my favorite monster.
They're not even a monster. They're a pet. They're a friend.
Sure.
They're a friend.
In 3.5, I played this chaotic evil cleric, and I literally had a pseudo dragon that So what I did was I tamed a lot of animals by, once we'd beaten them, I would just tie them up and then nurse them back to health and kind of Stockholm them into...
Wow. That
so
sounds
I had a pseudo dragon that I would literally just pull it out and squeeze it at people to shoot poison.
And it liked it?
Yeah.
Can you shoot poison out of their tail by squeezing them?
Not out of their tail. I was kind of burping it.
But the poison is in their stinger.
Well,
okay.
my DM allowed it.
Okay. So what's in the news?
All right. So the news.
Besides pseudo dragons.
First off, our Kickstarter of the week. Our friends over at Talon and Claw have launched a new Kickstarter.
Woo!
Some gemstone dice with some beautiful Council of 11 dice vaults.
Yeah, so you can put 11 dice in there.
And also disclaimer regarding that story. We all were edgier than we probably should have been in high school. I don't play characters like that anymore.
If you're edgiest the edgiest part of your high school existence was that you would squeeze a pseudo dragon for poison. You're doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Town and Claw, awesome. Anthony over there, good dude, making some cool stuff.
I have a couple of their
really nice, like, the price on their gemstone dice is good, and their woodwork is awesome.
Yeah, I have like this
whiskey.
I have like this. Yeah, the whiskey barrel dice vaults that they did a while back were really, really cool. I have one of their. I have like a supersized like wooden D20 from them, and it's like really well made. I like it a lot.
Good folks. Cool small little shop. He's a veteran. Good self-taught woodworker.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a very pretty. If we got any dice goblins in chat or anybody that just needs like a nicer vault, go ahead and check those guys out.
Yeah. They could use the support.
What else do we got? Whenever our site comes back, make sure you check out the build of the month that went up yesterday.
Wait, our site? I think our site is up. Just the store is down.
Right, the store's down. But I mean, you can't look at the build of the month because the store's down, right?
Yeah, you're 100% right.
The build of the month came out yesterday. So whenever the store's back up, you can look at that. It was an interesting build. It's got some dungeon runes in there, some ledges.
Ruin.
It's our first time like including like a supplement and like lore with it, which is interesting.
And there's more. We're scratching the surface. So got a bunch of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Trogus will return. They will be back.
Yeah.
It will be back.
If we if you enjoy it, let us know if we should like keep working on it or not.
Yeah, is it helpful to have some 5e stat blocks to download? Do you like it?
Yeah, because I mean they'll function even if you don't buy the build. But we're hoping that by creating content like that can exist without buying our terrain, it'll hopefully help us get some new people who are maybe thinking about terrain and all that. And like they get used in the supplements and they're like, oh, maybe I want the terrain to go with it and all that. Who knows?
So when the site goes up before 9:00, you can see Red Rot Ruin.
Yeah.
And we don't have very many unpainted. We had a very limited amount of the unpainted, and so we already sold half the unpainted. So if you were thinking about getting it and getting unpainted, I would get that one quick because it's not going to last.
Yeah. Love the lore. Yes, please. More fun editions. I like it. The build of the month page went down an hour or so before the store. I was going to just look at it. Oh. Interesting.
I blame Trogus.
Yeah, it's probably why. But you know what you can do while the store is down?
What can we do, Chris?
You can fill out the sci-fi survey that we sent out a couple days ago. That's what you can do. I'll tell you what. As you know, we promised that we would make a sci-fi set during the mad dash to 4 million at the end of Wildlands.
Whose idea was that?
I had no idea. My favorite thing was, I keep saying this, but my favorite thing was the moment when you realized that we were actually going to hit it.
Yeah.
Like you thought, like when that whole segment started, you clearly didn't think it was actually going to happen. And there's a moment where you just kind of like, we just realizing, no, we're moving fast enough.
Yeah, this is happening.
I don't know if we want to talk about the results yet, or
just big picture. We don't know what form this is going to take yet. Most likely, particularly based on the survey results, a pre-order straight to the web store. Small set, probably 10 sculpts, maybe 12 tops, but like trying to do a small self-contained thing, which may be the prelude to a larger thing or a sister thing to a larger thing down the road or whatever. That was part of the reason we did the survey, was to sort of see what people were interested in, see what styles they were interested in, see if there were two really distinct winners, then we could do like one small thing that was this and then a bigger thing later, or I don't know, were people going to mix and match with their existing, what it looked like, and we got some interesting responses. We got 2,000 responses in 2 days or something, which is pretty awesome. Yeah,
which is a lot, for something that we thought was going to be fairly niche for our audience, because we built up an audience of
we're a niche already. It's like a niche within a niche within a niche.
I was surprised that we got as many responses as we did.
Thank you. If you gave your feedback, thank you. We appreciate it, and it's super useful.
And also, out of that 2,000, like I think about 1,700 of them were like, yes, I am interested in buying the terrain.
Yeah.
Only like 300 said they weren't interested, which means that there's probably a higher percentage. Well, I mean, I guess a lot of people who weren't interested just wouldn't fill it out in the first place.
But it's cool that people that weren't interested went to go fill it out.
Yeah.
They're like, I love Dwarven Forge. I'm going to fill out the survey even though I hate sci-fi. Yeah. They're like, all right. And Ray did a really neat thing where what is it, a word cloud? What's it called? Where
he took the most common words that showed up. Number one thing was terrain, so people want terrain.
Figure. Well, in the answer in the cert, whatever it is, the essay, there was one little essay question. He took all of those answers and then generated this word cloud around them of all the popular stuff. It's kind of cool to see. He's a little wizard that way.
Yeah. So I feel like the nice thing is it's not only do we get a good response, but we actually do have some clear. Like with cities, there's some questions we were like, oh man, like stuff's like neck and neck. We really don't know what to take from this. Yeah. With sci-fi, it's pretty clear in a couple directions.
The city survey was yes. It was just
we want it.
It was basically yes, except for there was one terrible winner or terrible loser. It was ruined, besieged city or something. Was just like absolutely just atrocious numbers. Across the board, like city was like most people were just like yes. So this had some good.
Is the Spelljammer request a meme or is it real life?
Hey, there was a surprising lack of Spelljammer questions in that survey.
Although I did have several people say that they wrote in Spelljammers.
Amazing.
Oh, what was I?
Well, the big response, the big, and I haven't really done a deep dive into it yet, but the big takeaways so far are the majority of people are interested in interiors. Mm-hmm. Be it a moon base or a spaceship or a space station or I don't know, some interiors, and a lot of people want to cross the streams, want to do some cross compatibility and do a barrier peak sort of thing where it's your players discovered or whatever have the option to kind of mix and match.
It seems like there's a lot more people who are more concerned with it matching our existing Dwarvenite stuff than matching the resin stuff in scale.
Yeah.
Because we weren't sure people were just going to want us to basically make a companion to the resin sci-fi.
Yeah.
But it seems like they want us to make something that can mingle with our existing fantasy Dwarvenite.
Which is interesting. Well, then there's all these fun, and I don't think we'll do it for the small one, but if we do some biomechanical thing, it can be you can use it for an illithid layer as well as
which is another thing I want to emphasize as well when he says like no, if we can do it for this small one, it's not like we're only begrudgingly doing this one set because we have to. We actually want to make a lot of sci-fi stuff, and it's just figuring out the roadmap of how we start doing that.
Yeah, trying to figure out the timeline and where. I don't know how we're actually going to do it all yet, but this is the first step. So we're going to have our sci-fi symposium later this month and circle up as a team and look at all these results and talk about what makes sense for this initial offering and go from there.
Digital Dungeoneer, absolutely go ahead and fill it out. Like no matter what, if you have any interest in sci-fi, even though you're new to the stuff,
fill it out.
Go ahead and fill it out. Like
the more answers the merrier.
Because a lot of it is stuff like, hey, which sci-fi aesthetic do you prefer the most? Which is, we do have a pretty clear winner in that category, it looks like. But we'll see if it changes with the next couple days responses. Pretty sure we got the majority of the responses we're going to get though.
And what'll be interesting is too, like we'll do whatever this set is, and I think we'll learn a bunch from that, and that might help steer if we do a Kickstarter or whatever a larger thing is. I think we'll learn a bunch from that. So also don't be distraught if you don't get the the thing you were hoping on the first run. Like
because here's the thing. It's extremely possible that we look at it and we're like, you know what, the most popular option is something that we need to do like a full Kickstarter size set of in order to do justice. Yeah. So we might table that and then go with like the most popular option for a small.
What's something we can do with 10 pieces?
Yeah.
Because
that's the thing is we're not planning for this set to be the only thing we do in sci-fi.
No. It's a promise kept, promise made, promise kept, and a fun chance to do something different, cleanse the artistic palette, do a little.
Is the focus like Dungeon Tiles or like Wildland Scatter? That's what the survey's about.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had a bunch of we kind of pointed in a bunch of different directions to see what people were interested in. And there's what's crazy is there's like we could have asked another 50 questions. Like there's a lot of territory to cover, but we're kind of doing some broad swaths. And so don't be upset if you're like the specific game you play isn't on there or whatever. Like we're these are broad swaths, and you can also always fill it in, put it in the other category. But fill it in because we're gonna review it as a team in a couple of weeks, so there's still time to fill it out if you haven't.
There's still time to get it in. Like we're talking about like how we've already seen like clear trends, but there's still time. We're still like looking at them,
and we'll we review the essay stuff. So if you write some,
it's true. We haven't read every essay answer.
All 1,300 of them or whatever.
Oh man, there's a lot.
Although Ray read at least 829 of them.
Did he actually read them, or did he just put them into the cloud?
Well, he quoted number 829 said something. It said, "I don't care what you make. You guys are so creative. It's going to be awesome." Like,
cool. All right.
I don't know. It might be. It could be something. That's what they something like that. They said.
All right. So modular ships.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Kill team.
We're gonna say something.
So fill out the survey.
Oh,
did you give them the link?
Somebody asked. Oh, let me grab that link actually.
Yeah, give them the link so they can give us your feedback. And we genuinely treasure your feedback. Like, it's super helpful, telling us what you want, giving us your guidance, all this stuff. Like, it really helps guide what we do. It'd be fun looking back at our Wildlands survey. So we did a survey at the tail end of Hellscape asking people what they wanted to see in Wildlands. It might be fun to go back and look at the survey results, maybe when we get Wildlands stuff in hand or something, I don't know, but and say, hey, look, this is the stuff people were asking for. Look what we made. Literally, there's a roadmap.
That's a good point. If there's stuff that's really popular where we're like, I think we can do this with the existing pieces, then maybe we can look at like configuring some sets that serve that purpose out of what we already have.
Also true. I was more saying just like literally there's a direct correlation to what people told us and what we made. Mm-hmm. So similarly, thank you for giving us your feedback, and we will use it to help shape where we're going.
I want to answer a question real quick before I forget it. Ryan Noir was asking if I saw the book, the printed Dungeon of Doom that somebody put in the Discord. Actually, yes, I actually showed that to Nate earlier today.
Wait, well, I'll show you ours.
Because it actually looks extremely similar to our own printed version that we have in the office. Because we do have one, we have a printed hardcover of it here. We've been talking about whether or not to make them print on demand or something, but it's a whole thing.
Pull up the close-up here.
Sniper.
This was the one that Janet. Oh boy, we need to get wide on this bad boy. This thing is massive. It's
a big book. It's a very big book. Yeah. I think they said it cost them $50 to put together.
Ooh, ours cost like $75. But yeah, it's a. One day we dream of publishing a thing and people buying it, but I don't know. Build guides. We could actually slim out. We probably wouldn't need the build guides in there and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, it would be.
You'd buy one of those. Yeah, likely what we'd have to do is do some sort of print-on-demand service or something to simplify it and cover the overhead. Because I don't think we'd have a large enough base to do an actual publishing print run.
It's a lot of pictures.
Charge $125 and sign them.
Eh?
That could actually be an interesting charity drive thing.
Yeah, that's a good. It's a fun. Wait till Cavern's Deep is done.
Cavern's Deep is gonna be way bigger. Cavern's Deep is massive.
I don't know if it'll be deep. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, there's a lot of text. I don't know.
It's big. It's really big. I'm pretty sure.
But the shame on this one is that the thing got I don't know, some rabid pit bull ate it in the mail, and the corners are just absolutely shredded. This is how it arrived. It was
oh wow,
someone ate look at it. It was just
It reminds me of Tyler's Dungeon and Lasers shipment.
Oh yes, they got kicked down the street.
Yeah, I went to come into the office on Monday, and I opened the door and there's just this box here. It's got 3 massive holes in it, and it looks like somebody run over his.
Well, it came from box. It came from Prague or something, right? Or those guys are.
Yeah.
Where were they? Anyway, what?
Last bit of news. We just wanted to say. We've been putting a lot of effort into trying to fill out the store with more frequent and better restocks as well, reconfigurations. I just wanted to say we have been looking at what people have been requesting. There's a channel in the Discord specifically for that purpose. I also try to pay attention when somebody says something on the forums or when somebody says something in chat and just try to make a mental note and tally it up.
Can you give them a link?
Yeah.
Yeah. We really, we listen, and Chris really,
If it looks like
circles up, he gathers up all the data, and if there's a bunch of people asking for stuff, we try and order up. So case in point, we're the Stairway to Violence. We're getting in the next reorder finally.
We got the Stairway to Violence coming back. It also people's requests are what shapes the vaulted diagonal walls, getting a good focus.
Yep. Yeah, what was the other one that just came up recently? The lantern posts.
Lantern posts
got in the order because people were asking for it. But anyway, so let us know what you're dying for. Put it in that Discord on the Discord channel, because we listen. We do the best we can. Obviously we can't get everything, and we can't sometimes it's slow, but we are listening. So keep letting us know what you'd like to see, and couple years you'll see it.
Escalator to peace. If we ever do like a Mount Celestia,
the escalator to peace. It's just got elevator music playing. Ding, 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 that was I credit Janet for naming the Stairway to Violence, and she doesn't. She doesn't accept the claim of naming it, but I don't know. It was. I still distinctly think she was the one that came up with it. But it's also so that's the thing. So many things here. It's really, you can't pinpoint an individual, right? There's this collective, collaborative ferment that just like it's just ideas and words and things go in, and some finished things come out, and sometimes you just don't know where it all came from. But Stairway to Violence is definitely one of the best names of a piece.
Man, I want us to do like an old historic. Old historic, like European, like kind of war tribe sort of thing with like a heavy Germanic influence, so we can call the campaign like Saxon Violence.
That was a long.
So it's a long walk to get to a mediocre joke. But I did it.
Or we could just do a sci-fi set.
Or we just do a sci-fi set. That also works. Let's see. With that, so that's all the news. We've got some fun stuff to show you today. Speaking of which, I saw Paul asking about an Underdoom Stairway to Violence. We don't have that. However, we have some Underdoom stuff to show today.
Woo!
Let's go over to this.
All right, so these are our approved factory samples of the new pieces that will be in the Underdoom core set. And
yeah, so these pieces were never offered. These were never in the initial Underdoom offering. So we had the painting team apply the Underdoom paint scheme to these Caverns pieces so that we can offer the Caverns core in Underdoom.
And what's awesome is this is exactly what, if you've got the Underdoom Encounter or some other stuff, like some more bread and butter bits are exactly what you need. And it's a bunch of new shapes that you didn't have, which are all these wonderful core cavern shapes. Super exciting. Look at this vein, it's all silvery. And here's the best part, you ready? I don't know if it's going to work with all the bright lights on. Oh, don't forget this.
Oh, yeah. We can turn out the bright lights.
Let's see it with it first, and then we'll go crazy. I don't know if you guys have tried this at home with your black lights. We got, oh, yeah.
Yeah, we can turn out the lights real quick?
Yeah. Hit the blackout. Look at that.
Oh, man, look at that.
So, blacklight fun waiting to happen on your table.
Yeah. So is this different? Is this different than the starter set? Yeah. So basically, these pieces were never in the initial Underdoom encounter. These were never done in Underdoom paint.
Because these are pieces from Chaos from our original caverns that we've then remastered. We threw the anchor magnets in the bottom. They're now in our Caverns core set. But we're offering the whole Caverns core set is going to come in Underdoom paint. So it'll have all of it's the cascading pool. It'll have this in this guy in Underdoom, and the diagonal Underdoom, and the straight wall and the regular floor. So it have all it's the full whatever. If our store was up, you could go look at it on the store, but the store is down right now for maintenance. So it's the regular Caverns core set. So it's going to be, we'll have it in standard stone, we'll have it in ice, we'll have it in Underdoom, and at some point in the semi-near future, we're going to have it in Hellscape, which once again, that was from a bunch of you guys. Like yesterday, I was spent 2 hours pushing magma around in a circle and couldn't really get anywhere, and we need a Caverns core set in Hellscape. So we're finally going to push that slowly into motion. So 6 to 8 months from now, we can have that thing, but we'll have them all in all flavors. It'll be awesome.
So Talon's saying that if we had marketed it as being blacklight compatible, he would have spent money on it. It's like, I think it's one of those things that people.
Well, it was originally, but we weren't sure if the factory version was going to be, so we didn't know, and then but it is. It's almost even more blacklight friendly than our prototypes were, I think.
When is this coming? This one sometime closer to the end of the year, right? Because they have to. Yeah. They have to put the stuff into production.
I think unfortunately this is going to probably land right when our Kickstarter is going. I think it's going to be like October or September.
This is going to be after the reconfigurations because, like I said, like the painters had to basically paint pieces that didn't exist before. They had to be sent to the factory. The factory has to get us samples to show that they can do it, and then we can improve production.
I'm like literally 2 of these sets is exactly what I need to fill out. Let's be honest, 4 of these sets is exactly what I need to fill out my Underdoom because I just don't have enough bread and butter pieces. I have all these ledges. I have all these cool bits of some trifecta, some big, but I need more just basic building pieces for the Underdoom.
When is the new Kickstarter? We're planning around October, so hopefully these things will be available starting around October. Let's see. Will the Hellscape version still be translucent yellow? Yes.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah. And that's going to be just what Hellscape needs. Also, it'll be new shapes for Hellscape. So all this stuff never existed in Hellscape. In addition to, Toby figured out today the whole floor, the floor with the room. Oh wait, I have it right here.
Do you have it on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There was a fair amount of discussion today about adding like some new Hellscape, and so
we definitely need it. Here's the full Caverns Core set. So this will be in Underdoom. You'll get all this, and eventually Hellscape, and it's in ice.
Basically, we've got 4 different skins for Caverns. We've got regular Caverns, Ice, Underdoom, and Hellscape, and we're trying to get the core sets to exist in all 4 of these paint schemes so that you can actually fully build any of these environments.
Yeah, and then anything you get beyond that is fun gravy. But this is like all the stuff you need to do all your basic building, because we're too often are short on the basic building pieces. All right. That's a core set. Yeah.
Can we get all the paint schemes with blacklight paint? That is an Underdoom exclusive thing so far. We haven't done blacklight anywhere else.
So this is everything comes in the core set. It'll be in all flavors, but this is fun. This guy, the whole floor was never in Hellscape color, so this will be in the Hellscape too, which will be fun. Oh, and we had this in Underdoom. Oh, and we're gonna. Tyler was flagging today that we're gonna do different. We'll have different texture patches with each set. So Underdoom will have the acid, green acid, and necrotic sludge. Hellscape will have bottomless pit and lava. This has cave water and quicksand, and the ice has ice. So this will be cool in Hellscape. But I don't know. We don't know when the Hellscape one will happen. We haven't actually ordered it up yet, but we're starting those things in motion.
The main thing with Hellscape is because of its casting color, we basically need to do a restock that is just a bunch of Hellscape.
Yeah.
To justify like the unique casting color. Scratch and sniff texture patches. There we go. Let's see.
Oh, the other thing that Toby was noting, which is cool, is this, because this whole floor is zip. Let's go. So because this thing is thin, when it's cast in Underdoom, it'll and you underlight it if you put the.
You mean Hellscape?
Right, Hellscape. If you put the light panel under this thing, this lid is probably going to glow in a crazy way because it's so thin. So it should look pretty cool in Hellscape. We will see. Something to look forward to in the next 6 months.
So those are the new Underdoom factory samples. But we also have some Wildlands stuff.
Does anybody have any Underdoom questions?
Yeah, any Underdoom questions? Somebody asked when we're going to be putting Wildlands in store. Hopefully near the end of the year. We're putting it in when it gets. Once the Kickstarter backers get their stuff, then our surplus stock is going into the store.
Yeah. And what's usually agonizing is like waiting. Like some of the international stuff takes a long time. So generally, all the domestic backers will probably have their stuff, and then we're still waiting on some international stuff. So once everybody has all their stuff in hand, then we'll throw it in the web store. I'll tell you what, you will know all about it when it comes to pass. We will be blasting it all everywhere. All right, that was Underdoom. We ready to look at some Wildlands?
Yeah, we also have some new Wildlands stuff to show you. Speaking of Wildlands, we've got some test shots and filters. I believe.
Hey, we have a new viewer today.
We do.
Maybe even more than one, but I don't know.
Yeah, there's somebody here was saying it was their first time watching. It's very late for them. Probably European.
All right, what do they want to see first? They get first crack. What's the new viewer's name?
You got to tell them what there is.
Yeah. Do you want to see unpainted or painted? We've got test shots that are unpainted, and we have some paint samples that are painted. What was their name? Do you remember?
Frederick Beebe.
Frederick, all the pressure's on you, man. What's the? What do you want to see, Frederick?
Everybody's just saying I want to see all of them.
Oh, well, we're gonna look at all of them, but
everybody other than Frederick has been shouting painted, but I haven't heard from Frederick himself yet.
Come on, Frederick, you can do this. No pressure. Don't let the.
Can we get a commitment for an Underdoom themed Ice Catacombs adventure pack with a light up column?
Wait, what?
The
Ice Catacombs adventure pack in Underdoom would be amazing. The Stairway to Violence in Underdoom would be amazing. Would be. Yeah.
That's a very. Man, that's the thing. Like, we need to get the core stuff out of the way first, but then we can start getting into like the specialty pieces. I want to do that. What was that?
Let's look at the unpainted first, because has Frederick weighed in?
I have not seen anything from Frederick yet.
All right. Well, we gave you a shot there, Frederick. Welcome aboard. Let's look at the unpainted stuff first, because when you look at the paint first and then the unpainted, it's not as good. You know, we gotta get a splash. So let's do runes last, because those are lively. Let's go.
Can you just tease them with runes and then tip them away?
Here, here is Real Arte.
I think I saw them.
Are they here?
Why do we have the Shimmer Frond?
Yeah, we're gonna open strong with the Shimmer Frond. We get it.
You just tease them with runes and then pull out the Shimmer Frond.
Yeah, this is how we do. Is there enough light on that?
Rabbit says oi.
Oi.
It's reading pretty well here. I think it depends on the brightness of your screen.
Is it? Ask him if you know. Let me get a lumen key.
Underdoom Stairway to Violence already exists. It's out of stock. I had a chance to buy it once. I just squandered it. Should we include that in the Stairway restock? Should we include some Underdoom? Because that is a piece that'd be very cool to have in every paint scheme.
You know, we the ice. We never did the bottom in ice.
Ooh.
We should do. I think I
didn't I say Jay we could do
if we had to order. Right, he's like we have to order like 600. We'd order instead of do 100 in Underdoom, 100 in ice, and
like 300 in Cavern.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a piece that works. The thing with Stairway is like it's really a piece that you only need one or two of, but like it's such a cool set piece.
Whoa. What do you mean you only need one or two?
Per paint scheme.
You clearly need like 4 Stairways to Violence. You could have. Didn't you see when Toby built Stairways to Violence to the ceiling?
That is true.
Like you need 2 is not enough. 2 is the baseline. Is that a little better? I don't know. If it makes sense.
It looks good.
But,
it looks good on my screen.
Look at that Shimmer Frond. Woo!
Good details. They got like a lot of the leaf details in there.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Very good line.
Well, particularly because we had to actually 3D scan this and use a 3D print during the Kickstarter because we hadn't cast it. It was going to break in casting. So the details are even better than what we were showing in the Kickstarter. This was Eli went bonkers on this thing. He loves plants. Mm-hmm. Plants. You know what I'm gonna do? Wait, get some color.
I feel like Wildlands in particular was just like heaven for Eli.
Yeah. All right, so we got a Shimmer Frond, and if you have extras, send them to.
Oh, by the way, there's one of the new Phantasmal filters.
Well, we'll get there. Just
it's on screen. All right. Okay. We don't know the waterfall casting color yet. We have not gotten the test shot there yet.
Here we go. Let's look at.
Was this the one with fiber optics? No, that's the Glamorly.
No, so originally this was supposed to be an LED piece where these were going to be translucent, and there was going to be LED under here, and they're sort of going to blast light up into these. They're so solid, and it just didn't conduct enough light. It was too.
Whoa! Nice.
That was.
Oh wow, that was
no joke.
It's like a full body sneeze.
I got critted by that sneeze.
You still make it glow, I believe in you. It's too late. It's too late.
No, it didn't work out. It was supposed to be, and that's why it's called the Shimmer Frond. It was supposed to be a little LED. Like we wanted these little fairy plants that you could put around in your forest to make them glowing. And,
the nice thing is the paint scheme still makes the stalks that come up like a kind of fluorescent thing. So it still works. Yeah,
I wanted to. When you see those people do paintings of like the fairy forest, and there's always these little bulbs of light. So if I wanted to do that, but it didn't pan out. But it looks cool to everybody but Real Arte. These are, did we see these ones before? I can't remember what we showed or not. I don't think so. These are Aranthor Cliff expansion pieces.
People are asking if we could do blacklight effect on the shimmer fronds. If we could do UV paint for them.
That would be cool.
Could we do that with like the blue paint on the fronds?
Yeah.
If we make that UV reactive, that could be a cool effect.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's a good that's a good thing to put on the
I'll put it in the mix right
list
here.
Where is it?
UV reactive shimmer frond?
These are these are
frog.
expansions for our original Aranthor Cliff pieces. Obviously, they're also standalone, but they're kind of a a little more gradual, right? So you could use this as a step to get up if you want, because everything in the original Aranthor Cliffs is super steep, and there are dead sides on the back, so that you can flip them this way. And this guy I'm particularly excited about. A, because you can fit minis on there, but B, it works. Not only does it work as like as a corner piece, but also you can put like 4 of them in a circle to make a little standing thing, or they take the rock cluster, the new rock cluster, and the original rock cluster and do a thing, and it's just like it's going to be a super useful cross board. Or if you had like a flat run, you just throw it against a flat run to like soften it up and work your way up. Yeah, good little additions to the Aranthor lineup. We got, this is the little jumpy stone.
It's the most exciting piece.
Dude, this thing is no joke.
Yeah.
Because you know why? It has a pull accessory hole in the wrong place right now. They put it here and it's supposed to be in this little crack. But it lets you freestand any of your pull accessories. Which of course I don't have any pull.
And it also like looks organic, helps you break up the.
Yeah, you put it in your lava and you have somewhere to jump. So the pull accessory hole is going to be there, so it's on the flat part. Right now it's here. It's not the wrong spot, but it lets you stick like anything you have, like anywhere. So you suddenly can bedazzle any build anywhere because it's a pile of rocks. You can put it anywhere. Plus you can put stuff on top of it, like a shimmer frond. Now it's a super shimmer frond.
What about the Goo Goo cluster?
The what?
What's the Goo Goo cluster?
Is that a band?
Am I?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
their first couple albums were good, but after that they really went downhill.
I'm pretty sure they had a song in Treasure Planet. Yeah.
Now the Goofy movie, which I'm gonna watch this weekend.
The Goof Cluster. Oh, if nobody saw, I did post that in the Discord. I took a picture of the package.
It's pretty awesome. Hollow hedge. You know why it's called a hollow hedge? And it really should have been a hollow bush, but whatever.
It doesn't really have much purpose in life.
No, look, it's hollow. So you can put, you can hide a miniature under it. Theoretically inside, it's not as much. Modern miniatures, little on the larger side. Like it's going to be hard to get as much under there as we want. Although on if you got a teardrop insert hole, it'll give you a little more clearance to get something under there.
Can you put the clear pegs and put flat? Oh no, the jumpy stone is not the same peg as the rods for the.
No, those are huge. We'll look at
yeah.
We have the rods. We'll look at those in just a moment.
Yeah.
But nice little hedge.
What's a Goo Goo cluster? You boys ain't from around here, is you? No, we're in New York.
Nope.
We don't got Goo Goo clusters. We got bodegas and.
Isn't it is it a like a solar?
It kind of sounds like a.
It sounds like a constellation.
Oh,
system.
I think I know what a Goo Goo cluster is. I think it's one of those like little peanut and caramel chocolates.
Sounds delicious.
They're very good.
You know what?
Because they have the shape of the jumpy stone. I think that was the joke.
I think they should send us some so we know what they are. Like maybe 50 of them.
As market research, can you send some Goo Goo clusters? I never called them those. We never had a name for them. I just ate them. But I think actually I know what he's talking about.
I mean, I like chocolate. I like nuts. I like caramel. Like what else do you need in life?
Dude, caramel is like a thing I did not appreciate enough as a kid. But like I'm older, like caramel's like one of the best.
Yeah.
Caramel and peanut butter are like my just key candies. Like.
So we've got stump lumps. These are the large forest and large swamp stump lumps. Which work well with. Look at this.
I love all the texture on this. They've really managed to keep most of the texture.
Oh, it's unreal. Ooh, why do you want to go in there, buddy? Oh no, this is the peg that's not glued. Good. Well, it'll be a good example. So you can get your. It's still not going on. What in tarnation? Nothing like a little force to get it.
You got it. I do have some connections with the company. If we can get connected, can we collaborate with the Goo Goo cluster guys? Can we Can we make dwarven fudge?
Look at that. The dead tree. Did we show this large dead tree before? I cannot remember. I don't know.
I honestly, like, we've been having so many test shots fly through here lately. I'm having a hard time tracking it all.
So good. And then this, we got our paired peg holes here, so you can put your suspension bridge or whatnot on there. Big, beefy. Is this peg gonna? Yes. Well, we got that going for us.
What else we got here?
We got a big, creepy branch.
Nice.
That is menacing.
Oh, looks sick. Didn't know about peg holes for the bridge, dude. Those peg holes are hidden everywhere. You can attach that bridge to so many pieces.
Well, here's the thing. We only have two things to attach in Wildlands. We have the natural bridge and the suspended outcrop. But we've got like 20 things that have receiving holes for it, but only 2 things to put in them. So, and we have the suspension bridge and the docks, so you can use those also. But we might need to make more things that have paired peg holes to stick to all these holes, because there's paired peg holes hidden everywhere.
Future proofing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's that repeated geometry.
It's a little
expanded horizontal hole solution. Oh, we are going to talk about that. Not sure when, but we're going to.
We have a sample of the
we're going to address that today.
Not today.
Yeah.
Someday.
We don't have the sample yet. But
no, I do.
We do have the sample?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's like I figured I'd do a roundup, a next Kickstarter roundup. So this is the Hidden Burrow lump, and you can't see. There's a little. Maybe you can't see it.
Where's the fox? Somebody just asked where the fox is.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me get up here. Oh man, we get some light in there. You see the fox?
There you go.
He's in there, right there.
It'll be easier to see him when he's painted, but yeah, you can make out the ears and everything.
Yeah, he's in there, hidden little fox. Momo fox. These all build nice scatter lumps. Do like my lumps. Here's the dead little rotten hole stump topper. It's a good looker. It's fun to see them unpainted because you can sort of feel the details. They don't quite read as well on camera, but it's really fun to feel all the good little bits. We've got this guy. Oh, did we look at this rock cluster? I don't know. Did we see that last time?
We did not.
Yeah. This is the one that this rock cluster can build with this nicely. You get 4 of those and go around and do a thing. It's like woo. And it's got a vertical rod hole for hanging your driftstone or whatnot.
Yeah, that's the size of the rods for the driftstones.
Yeah, we will show it here. You got rods. I'll take this away for rod time.
Rod time.
Yeah, they're not as exciting to look at without anything to put them on, but
we don't have the. Do you
we
want
don't
me to
have the
grab
driftstones yet. No.
All right.
No, because the prototypes don't have the right. I don't think they have the right.
Right, because we changed the sizing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what we do have actually? We can show the square rods. So despite the warning from our teachers, we put a square rod in a round hole. So we have this guy, which is the rocky outcrop, or is this the suspended perch? I can't remember what all the names were.
We have too many rocks.
Yeah, they're a bucket of rocks. So this guy's got a hole, and then a square rod there, so we can. You can make them like a little miniature driftstone if you want, or sensibly, I don't actually have the short. We're shortening the short rod, so it's shorter, as shortening would imply. You can. Theoretically, this will be short enough that it'll sit flush, so you can push that as like a little outcropping that's attached rather than suspended out. But we've got, I don't know how many different sizes of these we have. 1, 2. Oh, did I cut one in here? No, I thought I cut one up already.
Maybe you can launch it from the trebuchet.
Ooh. Have not tried that.
It's about the right size for it.
Oh. Should we try that on camera?
Do you? I don't know if we would be able to catch all. Well, we would.
total guy. Let's see if this works. Shimmer frond. Yeah. Suspended shimmer frond. This thing we looked at the step stump lump previously, I believe. Oh, look at this big rod. The rods are not so exciting, but we have a lot of rods.
Can you snap the rods in half?
Sure.
Are you a bad enough dude?
No, but I'll try. I don't know. Let's go with the biggest rod. We're gonna test live on camera. Should I get safety goggles to make it feel more dangerous?
You want me to play some metal music underneath it?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the answer to that question is always yes.
All right.
All right. So this is the longest rod. Hang on.
We're going full on you. I'm gonna grab the Dwarven Forge music real quick.
Okay. Prepping. All right. Stretch the fingers. Oh.
You all right?
It just like cracked all my knuckles. It was kind of impressive, but it is not a good plan.
All right. Here we go.
Although the intro,
all right, music's playing.
Is it to the good part yet?
It's doing the dun still.
Yeah, we have to get past that to like the real. So we're gonna try. So the original rods for the Driftstones and Cameras Deep were too brittle. So now we've gone larger. We've gone crazier. This is a long one. This is gonna be the easiest to break conceptually. All right, you ready?
Yeah, go for it. I've got monitors in the way, so I'm probably fine.
Wow, this is actually harder to. I can't break it. I've got it like I don't need to see it. It's just the close-up cam. We get close-up. This is.
Are we gonna listen to music? All right, let me just copy the music.
Oh, okay. No, let's say it. I'll keep going.
All right,
I was trying to get the like. It's at like a I don't know. I can get it. I got it at almost 90 degrees and it's not breaking. You see that?
It's a good thing. Yeah. Oh my God! Look at that.
Way! All right, so it does break, but and it shoot a projectile to hit the ceiling. And Chris ran for cover.
Well, it went up there. What else was gonna happen?
But it broke, but it took a lot of force. I'll be honest. And I had to get it past 90 degrees to break. So that's good. It's a good sign.
Yeah.
Pretty. You science.
It means you're probably not gonna break it on accident.
No, or by accident. Yeah.
If you had to try that hard to do it on purpose.
No, it's not gonna break easily. Huh. So that's a good sign.
Are you gonna get a DMCA for your own song? I hope not. All right. Oh, all right. What else did we have?
Well, that was a good test.
Yeah.
All right. My thumbs hurt. That was more sturdy than I was anticipating. I'm really I'm quite pleased. All right, so now we got see, we look at the trees, look at the rocks, we look at the thing. All right, we've got.
Are the horizontal rods round or square now?
Both. Oh, the horizontal are square. So the horizontal were always square, but we couldn't get the holes to be square. So the holes are round, but the rods are square. And we'll talk. We'll talk about the holes when we get to the escarpments because you can see them better there.
I'm impressed with the rod strength and less impressed with Nate's.
They're no joke. Those rods, they were coming at me. They were like.
Oh, we got the Vista.
Really, yeah. They were really it brought its A game. I'll be honest. I maybe did not bring my A game, but yeah, those rods were not messing around. Those were true dwarven rods. Like. The immovable rod. Here's the little Wirestone cluster. Woo. Cool, great little fun fiddly bit. This is the Viscalid, which is gonna be all orange and sticky. And this is gonna be one of those fun ones that it's hard to appreciate till you get it home and you're like, oh wow, that's kind of creepy and awesome and neat. Because here this looks like a lump of gray, but it's awesome. And then this is the little baby Saronus, the Saronus bulb pod, which is just downright adorable in all the right creepy ways. And totally a face hugger could jump out of that thing.
Yeah.
Maybe. Let's see if I can get it. Let me get close. We're gonna go in. Man, that rod was no joke. That was like
we got through a good amount of the song. Odin Forge, he's like, I'm late. What did I miss? Like, nothing.
nothing.
Yeah,
I'm really
nothing.
strong. Just
Don't
don't
worry
worry about my awesome strength. It's more than humans can handle. Yeah. Yeah. So those are fun little fiddly bits. We got this is the stilt. Ooh, black metal stilt. Doesn't have a magnet. Yep, anchor magnet. Nice looking new and improved black metal. Like seriously, if you had a choice of metal, black metal every time. Like how can you not? And then check this guy out. Blah 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 blah. This is the Razorvine Tangle. So he's made of a soft silicone. So he's like all gloobity is that's the adjective. I'm pretty sure. It flexes, it bends, you can crumple it up and.
It's a fun thing to frisbee at your players.
Oh, for sure. Well, what's gonna be really neat is to put it in the insert teardrop insert holes, and then it's like creeping out and yeah. There's people are gonna do all sorts of fun things with this.
Can you hang it on a dungeon wall?
Yes.
You can probably drape it over a lot.
Hang it on anything. Like it's you can hang it in hell. You can hang it in.
My kid will eat that.
In here.
Nate, no longer satisfied with just modifying his pieces, now destroys them.
It was a test for science. It was
forbidden sour straws.
Yeah, this is a fun little Razorvine tangle. You just drop it right on your mini.
Perfect.
We have the last of the unpainted are
right. We still have painted after this.
Yeah, we got some ruins. Check this out. This is
nobody wants to see ruins.
This is Michelle doing what she does best, which is making awesome details. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
They really did manage to keep most.
Oh, it's outrageous.
Yeah.
Like these things are bonkers. It's still pretty stunning. Like, yeah, the detail the team got in these sculpts is. I mean, it's yeah. Turns out we're pretty good at this terrain stuff, Chris. I think there might be a future in it. Oh, here's the two pieces from last time, so we can see.
Not bad for your first time, yeah.
Yeah. Could be a future. The mild lands are calling next. This guy over here. Thing. Like, yeah, these are fun. Yeah.
Not bad for your 8th Kickstarter.
Yeah. 8 times the charm.
Let's see.
Yeah, these are just ridiculous. The ridiculous amount of top detail, like all the knot work on the tops, is so awesome because that's the stuff you can see like at the table. Like players get to see, this is prime real estate because it's 3 inches high and straight in your face. So it's really gonna. It's anybody that's painting these themselves is A, it's going to be a torturous experience, but B, also it's going to be really fun. I think because there's so much in there to play with.
Look at the magnet holes on the bottom. Look at that. Not having them magnetized was very it was a little treacherous during the when we were using all the prototypes because of how tall they are.
Facts. And we got this guy. This is the planar pylon.
Yeah.
And it's got remote control, so we can do some fun. Do effects.
I like the strobe, the breathing. Yeah, I love the breathing.
Oh, this is the color change.
Just the fading. Yeah.
So that'll be neat when the base is painted opaque and it's glowy. Woo!
What about app remote control?
The light puck we don't have yet.
Yeah. The light puck we are...
It'll be... We'll do like a whole episode about the light puck when we have that thing.
We're gonna have to, like, it's... The amount of stuff you're gonna be able to do with the light puck, it's gonna
outrageous.
have its own tutorial video, its own... Yeah.
Yep. It's good stuff. All right. Any questions about the unpainted test shots before we go to painted?
I'm saying they actually like it looking like that.
Well, if you get it unpainted, this is what it's going to come like.
Yeah. Great for the DC tabletop game. Can be from Krypton. That makes sense. Hi, Subtalon. Thanks for coming.
Who's coming? What?
Subtalon is peacing out.
Bye. Good night.
Question: are the stilts untextured?
Essentially. They have the lightest, what do they call it? Hair cell texture, whatever. It's like super, super fine sandpaper. It's like the lightest of light texture.
Yeah.
They're like fully structural pieces.
Can we see the rune height compared to like a dungeon wall?
Yes. How about like a Underdoom Caverns wall?
It's like 3 inches compared to the 2 inches, right?
Exactly. It's precisely 3 inches. This is 2 inches.
Why abandon the cavern facade of previous stilts?
Because they were more, we could make them cheaper this way, and I found that most of the time they were hidden anyway. So we figure, like, in general, stilts are a thing you want just a ton of. If you're going to do anything, you wanted a whole bunch. So we figured it was rather make them more affordable and smooth, so that we could you could get a bigger box of them for less money.
And they won't lose their metal pieces? Yeah, these ones have the better gluing, right?
Black metal.
Yeah, because that was a thing. These ones haven't been having the losing your metal plate issue.
Well, this one that we have has not.
Fair.
But no, the previous round that they did with improved black metal has not. I haven't had a single one of those come off yet.
Perfect.
Because it's black metal.
Okay.
So, do you know what it's made out of, Chris? Black metal.
Is the remote for the lights infrared or radio frequency?
I think it's infrared.
I think it's infrared. It has the little
It has a little infrared.
little bob on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Bloop, bloop.
Yeah. Pretty sure that means infrared. I'm not a scientist. Not even educated.
We just did science, right? Live on the air.
You're talking about the practical experimentation of how much pressure does it take to break a rod?
Yeah, that was live science. That was the real deal. That was going in the Guinness Book of World Records for strongest dude to ever break a rod. That's a category in Guinness Book of World Records, in case you were curious. This is the fairy water phantasmal filter.
That filter's making me dizzy.
Yeah. Well, check it out with it. These are some OG prototypes.
This reminds me of the 70s. You weren't around in the 70s.
Was that Tyler?
No, it's Six of Clubs. I don't think he was around in the 70s.
How do you know?
I don't think he's...
I was around in the 70s.
But, do you have a lot of memory of the 70s? He was born in 84.
I peed in my pants. Yeah.
I remember the 70s. A lot of diaper wearing. A lot of...
Hey, try turning off the overhead lights. See what happens. Wait, no, the other, you leave the other ones on. There you go, conclusive proof.
Look at that.
It actually still blows out on the camera. Because it looks really, in person, you can still see all the stuff.
Yeah, it's the difference between a camera sensor and the human eye. The human eye can only see 24 frames per second.
Maybe yours. Yeah. Hey.
That's why I eat carrots, actually.
I ate a lot of carrots. Now I can see. Anyway, so this is the first Phantasmal filter. It looks really cool under the whole mold. It does. Also. Yeah. And here is the eerie emanation.
Just wish they photographed as well as they look into the eye.
Yeah, this just like blows out like nothing. It looks really neat on. Looks neat on camera. This one looks particularly good under like the Oblivion Nexus. Ooh.
This doesn't really do anything. It's just the panel. Yeah.
It looks cool. I took some pictures the other day for the update, the next update.
Okay. Can you film that for us in 8K? The human eye can only see 1080p.
Stop. Mine's stuck at 720. Yeah. So these are the Phantasmal filters. We have we don't have the sticks yet, and they won't have the Tyler's handwriting on the back either, unless you win an autographed copy. And then we have the circular versions coming, and we have the swirling sticks is still coming too. Yeah, these things are awesome. We need more Phantasmal filters in our lives.
What happens when you stack them on top of each other?
Let's see. Science!
They're translucent, so...
Science. All right, first we're going to do green on the bottom, 70s on the top.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely giving it more of a tint.
It's, All right. Now we have 70s on the bottom, green on the top.
Wow, that's not coming through nearly as much.
Yeah.
Oh, it comes through more when you turn the light on, actually.
Well, the light comes through when the light's on?
No,
yeah.
Oh. You can see more of the...
Yeah, well, you can't see it. They're essentially opaque. If there's no light behind them, they're essentially opaque. Like, can you see my fingers? No. Like, yeah, like I can't see through. They're lightly translucent without light. If that makes sense. But then once you add light, they're you know what they are? It's the material they make, like the the movie posters outside movie theaters that have the light box behind them. It's like that material, so it looks good without light, and then it holds up with light, unless you're on camera.
It's also what they make vampires out of.
If who was saying if a vampire put sunglasses on that had mirrors on the inside, they could see people behind them? That
makes sense, I guess.
Right? Because they're in reflection, well, they're not there, so you see through themselves. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Anyway, so those are the Phantasmal filters.
Let's see.
I don't know if you ever noticed, we have fun in this show.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is. Let's look at some painted test shots, shall we?
We're still not done with Wildlands stuff.
No.
We're not getting around to anything tonight. All right, let's see.
Rocks.
More rocks.
6x6 mountain floor. Look at that beauty. Nice. I mean, look at that. You know, it's fun to see. I didn't think it was fun to look at the painted versus the unpainted. Wow, that looks really good. If I do say so myself. Nice work, team. Woo! And then we've got escarpment, the small.
Look at that boy.
Escarpment. And you know what we have to go with it? Ooh, trifecta ledge.
Nice. Oh, look at that fit. Fit check.
Although it doesn't really work against a mountain as well as it would work against a forest. Oh wait, here.
Are you familiar with the concept of fit checks?
No. Is it a thing when you're like working out and you try and break a rod and people are like, "Whoa, you like really broke that rod so fast because you're so strong and fit"? Because I just did one of those. It's not that. What's a fit check?
Short for outfit check.
Oh, it's not to do with fitness.
Fitness shirt over my jacked body.
So how do you do a fit check?
It's literally just like posting a picture of you like posing in an outfit. It's mostly.
You post it publicly to see if you should wear it out in public?
Well, it's more about showing off than it is like generally asking for their opinion.
Got it. It's like, hey, this is what I'm going to wear.
It's a validation thing. It's a social media thing.
Well, I'm going to start doing it. I'm gonna be fit checking.
Just in your black T-shirt every day. Just fit check. Just every
fit
morning.
Check. Am I still in the right uniform?
Can you please for the next week every morning just tweet
it?
that, please? It'd be so funny. Just tweet out a picture of yourself wearing the same outfit with hashtag fit check
every day.
Please.
Okay, I have to remember to get a picture of myself. How are people gonna know it's a different day?
Because you're tweeting it on a different day.
I know, but I need to hold.
You use the same pic each time.
No, because I have to, because I wear the same thing every day. So I need to know that it's a different day. I need a newspaper, but I don't have newspapers. So there's some way to show that it's a different day. Maybe I'll hold up a sign that says Monday, and then a sign that says Tuesday.
Like when you're having to verify that you're doing a Reddit AMA.
Yeah, or you're a hostage and they have to the thing.
Yeah, or we could go to that extreme. Yeah.
So anyway, fit check.
You do your hair different every day.
I'm in. So this is the big concave escarpment, and man, that is pretty. And look at this little guy. Fits right here. So we should talk. Man, I learned so much from the younger generation. It's a blessing.
Yeah. Well, I've learned so much about the 70s from you, so it's an equal exchange.
It's nice how it works out. We have, I don't even know. I shouldn't be on the internet. I can't be serious. So we have these holes, right, on the side that are kind of irking. They're irksome at this point, right? Because originally it was supposed to be a square hole, and the hole we had a hole in the rock design that was square. So there's each one of them had a little bit of rock broken away and just the right way to conceal the hole. But now the circular hole is larger than the square hole, and it's a little annoying. So we made a little tiny plug. Eli sculpted a plug. And we don't have it to show you yet because it's being cast right now. But we're gonna give you a plug for each of your holes, and they're tiny. And I don't know. We'll show them when we have them. But it's it was so annoying because we worked so hard to disguise all of these little holes with just the way the rock would break away, just the right thing, and then because they couldn't make the holes square, they couldn't keep them cooling square and perfect. They had to make them round, and the round hole has to be larger than the square because the diameter of the round hole to fit around the same square has to be bigger. So it's a whole thing. So it's really kills me a little bit. But we're giving you plugs, lots of plugs, 52,000 plugs we're making. So you get free plugs, 52,000 something plugs plus extras. You okay over there, buddy?
Great.
You need a fit check?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, we got that going. Some plugs. And what else? We got this.
There's a question from the chat.
You okay? Take a deep breath.
With now that the holes are round, why are the rods still square?
I don't know. Why not? That would be. That's a good question.
Well, because the initial reason we were going with square was that we were trying to stop them from spinning because we needed those to stay.
So
flat.
the logic is that if you force a square peg into a round hole, it creates more friction than a round peg in the same round hole, and it will stop the rotation.
It's still less likely to rotate if it's a square rod than if it was a round rod.
Yeah, because the whole point is we didn't want these things like the Riftstones and whatever. We didn't want them to rotate, especially if you had your mini on them, because some of the holes are not centered and whatever. So it was important they didn't rotate. So we tried a round rod in a round hole was just there wasn't enough friction, so it would rotate freely. But a square rod in a round hole, it also just felt rebellious, right? Because who puts a square rod in a round hole? Well, we do.
It kind of just describes the Dwarven Forge ethos.
Yeah, we're gonna just hammer a square rod into this.
So we're keeping it for thematic.
No, we're keeping it so it doesn't rotate, because it really doesn't want to rotate. It does not want to turn. But here's the kicker.
Mm-hmm.
We have one square hole. They were able the trunk extension that has the little branch.
Mm-hmm.
That hole they could make square. That piece was small enough that they could control the cooling and put a special thing, whatever. So there's one square hole. All the rest are round holes. So we have the square pegs, which will be particularly exciting in that one square hole, but all the rest of the holes are round. But we also retain the right to make square holes in the future if we're able to find the square hole technology. If we're able to master it. But yeah, no, I mean, it does seem a little nonsensical, but there is a method to the raging madness.
So with the rods before, obviously when we were using our prototypes, it could be kind of hard to like separate the rods and all that. The friction could kind of get in the way. With the square rods going in the round hole, you think that is it going to be hard to get the rods out of there, or
no?
You think it'll be good?
Yeah, it's very easy to watch. Boop.
And then with the plug, is the plug going to go on with one of the rods, or
the plug has a round rod because we want it to rotate. So the plug is asymmetrical. It's kind of like a little teardrop, and it's with the round part at the sort of the fat part of the teardrop has the rod, so you can rotate it around so the little rock chip, you can make it look different on your different things, so you can kind of find the right fit for each hole. So it's like, once again, just more organic feel to it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a little sculpted piece of rock that's shaped kind of like a teardrop on a round rod for the round hole, not a square rod.
Cool. So we're not,
totally makes sense, right? Totally clear.
Cool. So
right?
we're not worried about friction with the plug.
No, the plug doesn't want friction, in fact, because you want to be able to get the plug out because it's really small. So, but we do want friction on everything else. So we've got square rods for everything else for the round holes, except for the one round hole that's a square hole.
Good.
Everybody clear in the chat? They all got this? It's totally makes sense to everybody?
Yeah, everybody's good.
Okay, good. I don't believe you, but okay. We've got this stepped. We have a thing, a rock. I don't know what it's called. Step stump rock.
Is that
crag.
one? That's not
step
the
stump
is that the
crag.
step stump crag?
Yeah.
It's got the moth on it.
Yeah, the little moth.
I remember the moth is the one with the step stump crag. I remember that. That was the first on the Anvil episode we ever did. Was Eli sculpting this?
Facts. These are facts. Hard, cold facts. So there it is, painted, glorious. It has a vertical rod hole. You might not survive this episode, dude.
Oh, great.
It's a vertical rod hole. It has a little tree trunk here for. Not painted, but we could put that little guy in there. Boop. And then it has these round holes for our square rods. Here, so you can suspend stuff off of it.
Wow, this
thing, and it's got bridge. It's got paired peg holes here. You see 2 paired peg holes here for the bridge. 2 paired peg holes here for bridge. We got paired peg holes everywhere. We have, I don't know, Tyler counted it up. We've got like 45 sets of paired peg holes and 2 things to put in them.
It's a lot of pegging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing is riddled with holes. It's a delight. And then last, when
will this drop? This stuff is this is our current Kickstarter in development.
No, in production. This was last year's,
right?
Last July, August.
Yeah,
August.
So what we're looking at right now is this is the factory test samples being sent to us. As soon as they're all approved, we can start making them. Hoping to have them in the store by the end of the year.
Yep. As soon as everybody has their stuff.
Oh right, yeah, we got this. I love the beetle on this one.
Titan's tooth.
Yeah.
The base of Titan's tooth, little iridescent beetle there, mushrooms, all sorts of good stuff. Oh, and guess what? Paired peg holes. They're everywhere. I should have grabbed a bridge. Oh, do I have a bridge over here? Do we want to stick it? Oh, yeah, let's stick it.
Yeah, get a bridge.
What are we gonna stick it to?
Does each peg fit 2 holes or only 1? What?
Each peg fits 1 hole.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
I'm confused.
Who's on first? Wait.
That's a classic. I know it's like a thing that everybody memes on, but like that's genuinely just a very good skit.
Yeah, comedy. Back when
Titan's tooth looking glorious. Yeah, I can't wait to get the topper.
Dude, I can't wait to get all of it. Here, we get that. We get this.
We might need to move it. We might need to move it the other way. Yeah.
We might need a bigger tooth.
Look at that.
I want
Nice.
to have adventures, suspended adventures. Wow. Yeah, this, I bet, do we have bridges in the store? Well, I don't know because the store's down. But
We need to,
I bet
I know,
people are going to buy a lot of bridges when Wildlands arrives. If they don't have
It's one of the
them.
things that we need to make sure we restock when Wildlands is there, because like, it's one of those sets. It's such a good companion piece to Wildlands. We should make sure that we stock up on that stuff.
Facts. Oh, man. There we go. These little pegs. We have to make those Dwarven Forge pliers. And believe it or not, that's all we have for painted samples. Does anybody have any questions about those?
Did Titan's Tooth come in any of the Explorer packs? Like in the Explore the Wilds? It wasn't
don't.
It's in Heart of the Forest.
I don't think it was in the Explorer.
I know it was in the Heart of and the Mega Pledge.
It was in the War Game. It was in the War Game.
The base was in the War Game scatter.
Not the topper, but the base.
Yeah.
This base popped up in a whole bunch of places because it's just space when you can put a Stairway to Violence on top of it. You can.
What's the next Kickstarter going to be? The next Kickstarter is going to be a return to cities. Every couple of weeks or month and a half or so, we show off our progress on that Kickstarter on these streams, and we're planning to launch it in October.
Woo!
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Everything looks good on this. It's like,
Yeah, actually, the cage looks really good up there.
Yeah. Well, it's literally designed to be a MacGuffin platform. This is the thing where you put something, whatever the scene is, you put something of note up here. It's your villain, it's your captive, it's the magic artifact, it's the portal, it's the whatever. Just like, it's look here. This is the thing.
Can you stick a Stairway to Violence base next to the base?
Yes. If you ask nice.
Now they're actually really rude about it.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. Let's nix that. Any questions I can answer while this is going on? So it's more city stuff? Yeah. It's gonna be kind of revolutionary. Like our first take at cities was kind of like establishing the bones that you could actually make these cities. Now that we've got that like set up, we're doing like a lot of really really cool systems that kind of really elevate the entire. I think you're gonna be able to do stuff with city settings that you've never been able to do before.
Like play in them.
Yeah, like make them playable. City elevation is gonna be wild.
Stairway to Violence base. Titan's Tooth base.
Man, Titan's Tooth really is the stairway of Wildlands.
Yeah.
Even though we have an actual stairway in in Wildlands.
Well, I know what you meant.
Yeah.
Exactly. Where is it? Stairway to Violence on top of the Titan's Tooth.
Do you have a rocky bridge or concave floor to show with the paired pegs?
No.
Not yet.
I
I am very excited to get the.
I want all of it.
To get the natural bridge. Hey, freaks and geeks. Hey, Yak, how you doing?
I am seriously. I'm not going to come to work for a week when I get my Wildlands stuff.
That's fair. I finally started painting my hellscape, so maybe I'll get it done in time. It's actually not as hard as I thought it would be.
Nice. Oh yeah, I saw you tweeted like Hell at Midnight or something. Or was it Hell?
It's painting Hell at Midnight, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy to get a worse paint job than the factory.
Nice.
By myself.
We should have a contest.
All right, we have the actual painters here.
Oh. No, I mean with you and. All right. Does anybody else have? Does anybody have any questions about our the painted Wildlands stuff before we move on?
Did Stefan's stairs get redone?
We don't have them yet, but yes, they're castable.
An Underdoom Stairway to Violence? Someday.
It did exist actually. I have it's in the Stairway to Violence is in the Underdoom pledge. In fact, we suspended it up on Driftstones because why not? All right, let's talk filters in Hellscape. I think. Oh wait, I have
it's 820.
Holy moly!
If we wanted, the Wildland, we had a lot of Wildlands.
Hey,
stuff.
is our store up yet?
I'm not seeing anything on Slack, so I'm gonna assume that's a no.
Boom. All right. Wow, good. I cannot lose these painted samples because they're the only ones. The poor archivist will murder me in my sleep.
Yep, it is down still.
I have 2 questions before we look at hell. First one is, and I think I know the answer, but we might as well ask anyway. We were talking about, so, we still don't 100% know our shipping dates on Wildlands. And in the olden days, we were really hesitant to post anything without definitive dates, and we've been we've been erring much more towards posting vagaries. Is that okay with you guys? Do you prefer knowing hey, we're late, but we don't know how late or exact dates or whatever, knowing that sooner as opposed to later, as opposed to we finally have a date, okay, hey, we're late and here's the date. I'm assuming obviously we're trying to get ahead of stuff in general. I think we're getting better at telling you things earlier than we used to.
I don't know if it's vague so much as we literally just don't have the information.
That's why it's vague, is because we just don't. Yeah.
Right, but it's not like we know the date and we're withholding it.
We're not being coy.
Yeah.
No, we just don't. We literally just don't know, because there's still. I mean, we're still trying to get the boat to work. The boat. We have just every turn. There's every day there's another challenge. And I think we asked last time, right? Do you guys like the lengths or the updates? Do you prefer longer updates with a bunch of meat in them? Because I feel particularly when we're late, it's better to just deliver a bunch of stuff to look at and digest / talk about.
Haven't received an email update about this the entire time. Definitely email customer service, because
did you back the Kickstarter?
If you back the Kickstarter, you should be getting emails about it. We're doing monthly updates.
The updates come via Kickstarter. So if your Kickstarter emails are going to junk, or on Kickstarter you can choose not to get updates from various projects. So you have to make sure it's toggled on. I mean, you can see there's a record of them. If you go to the Kickstarter, you can click on updates. You can see there's a record of them there. But it's we are sending one a month. We haven't missed a month yet, although we were late on January, I think, by a couple of days.
Yeah, even if it is not sending you emails, if you go to the Kickstarter page, you should be able to see them. Wow. If you're a backer.
And it's generally the last week of the month we'll get it. We sort of sneak it out right before the end of the month.
Yeah, because we try to wait for as many of the test shots and stuff to get in as we can, so that we can show you as much stuff as possible.
Also, procrastination.
I like the longer updates, but I understand if it takes too much time. Love the long updates. Did I read right in the last update that the orders will be shipped in phases as you get the pieces? I could be wrong.
Yeah, we're probably going to do...
It's not
we're
like
probably
going to
ship forest first and then mountain and swamp, but I don't know. That's what we're sort of front loading right now. The only reason we wouldn't do long updates is if they annoy people or something. Jay's always worried that we're going to bother people.
Yeah, I know initially when he was is emailing people once a month too much? It's no, you know how many emails I get from Domino's?
Ooh. So then my other question is ready for this? How do you use terrain trays? So we're looking at reconfiguring some of our what?
Oh, never mind. I was gonna make a dumb joke.
No. We're looking at reconfiguring some of our terrain trays, and my fundamental question is, do a lot of people build on a neutral side of the terrain trays? I do it a lot, but I'm a sample size of 1. So in other words, the rough stone or the cavern stone side of the terrain trays, do you use that for building a lot, or are you mostly just using for negative space? So the question is, would you prefer terrain trays that have a neutral side or a common neutral side? Like right now we've got the rough stone and lava, rough stone and acid, rough stone and water. Do you like that kind of lineup, or do you prefer 2 hazardous things? So it's a spicy terrain tray, or is it better to have a workhorse side and a spicy side? Should we make a poll? Make a poll.
Yeah, it's kind of complicated.
Well, we can. I think we have 3. We have. It's. Do you like workhorse and hazard, double hazard, or other? And I don't know what we're gonna do for other, right? Because I think those are the general.
Hazard, Workhorse.
Oh yeah, we could do. Well, no, because we're never gonna make a workhorse.
So the main thing is,
do
you mean like basically just like having like?
Well, if you had the choice of having
like you've got the regular side and that's on multiple trays with different hazards on the opposite side, or do you prefer each combination to have two completely?
Would you rather have quicksand and green sludge, or quicksand and neutral stone, green sludge and neutral stone? Does that make sense? So each tray kind of has a neutral side, so you can get, if you get a bunch, you can flip them all over and use them as basic building, versus spicy trays where you just like, you know what, I need some crazy stuff I can drop in there. Because we're trying to we have a lot of train trays at this point. We're getting more, whatnot. So we're trying to sort of get a core batch.
I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this correctly, but I hope you guys understand enough in the way we've been explaining it.
Hazard and workhorse, or hazard or other. And I don't know what we'll do. If there's a whole bunch of others, I don't know how we'll dissect that one.
It's just a difficult thing to try and put in a poll.
Yeah. Oh, and then we can do the giveaway and fan bill while we run the poll.
Okay, poll is running now. Like to have a lot of neutrals for general cover and building. Right, that's like the thing, right? Is like that's why we have the rough stone on so many, is like you can drop this in many places, whereas the hazardous ones, it feels more localized. Like you don't
I use the rough stone for backdrops too. Like if I need to just if I'm playing on Vorpal and I need to get low in the thing and I've got stuff in the background, I just throw a bunch of the neutral side vertically to just mask out the background so they don't have to look at the shelves, or I don't know. I use the neutral side all the time, but I don't know if people. And it's also I'm skewed because I have I have access to more terrain trays than the average Joe, so it's like I'm curious what I don't know.
All right, Nate, what giveaway word should we have? What's the word, Goof?
What was it? Fit check?
Fit check?
Yeah.
All one word?
One word. Fit check.
FIT check. All one word. To be eligible for a giveaway. If you are in the United States, you can get either a $50 gift card or a starter dungeon from the store. If you are international, you can get a $50 gift card. Everybody is eligible. What the hell is other? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's a hard thing to phrase in this poll. I'm not sure that it's the most efficient.
Other would be some other wild combination that we haven't mentioned that I'd be curious to see what it is.
And there's no chance to include a write-in. We'll have to see. We should have done differently.
Well,
let's take a look at
another poll. What's the fan build?
Let's take a look at this fan build. This fan build is actually a collection of things. If you're familiar with Andy Demps, he does a lot of professional DMing, as a job. He posted a collection of builds that he also used on Roll20, took top-down pictures of, and so it's kind of a collection of top-down pictures of builds. It's our stuff mixed with some stuff from printable scenery.
He posted these up on Twitter.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. He did a weekend convention, so you see just the amount of. It's one of the things we've been talking about, trying to show off, is the fact that you take top-down pictures and you can make stuff that looks like really cool mats, Well,
also then have a cool establishing shot.
So that right there is them using it in action with all the
pool.
With all the dudes. So I don't know. It's
with all the dudes.
With all the dudes. It's very hot in this room.
It's just you.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting when you see it from a direct top-down angle. It kind of does give a whole other look to the thing.
Yeah, it's really fun.
So I don't know. It's a lot of interesting printable scenery stuff.
Yeah, they do some good work. Well, they also have the advantage of, because it's printable, they've got 10 times the models we do. They have so many pieces. It's
look at that. That's
crazy. That's awesome.
The cool thing about Roll20 is you can fit the grid in when you put the picture in, so that you can measure everything out very specifically, which is nice.
The bridge is broken.
He needs Vorpal board in 2 weeks, so I hope to show some Dwarven Forge builds.
Woo!
Excellent. I think 6 clubs. Actually, how did that go, 6? You and Commerce Demon were playing a game on Vorpal, right? Or you were testing it out? The poll results are in. Workhorse /Hazard got 80% of the vote. So that's exciting.
Workhorse
slash Hazard got like 80% of the vote.
Okay. Hey, Art is here.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, Art.
World's great. He uses it all the time. Yeah, the drag and drop stuff is really, really good. They added I don't know if I told you about that, Nate. They added a drag and drop functionality that they call drag and drop.
You can just drop it from your...
I did tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's
well, no, I get the updates.
Oh, fair. But yeah, so I thought that was cool. It was nice just to see all of the...
what is Workhorse? Neutral stone.
Yeah, basically the idea of having like a plain texture, so like fieldstone or like the Dread Hollow forest floor, something that is like a general coverage.
Just a generic sort of neutral thing you can use for everything.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, so that so how many votes total? What's our sample size?
A fair amount. That was there was like, let's see, 53 votes for it, 10 votes for Hazard, 4 votes for other. So we're looking
One
at
of
sample
those
size
4
of
others
67.
were. That's it. That's the big mystery.
67 votes.
Let's give something away.
Yeah, let's roll this giveaway.
Woo!
Workhorse. All right, 3, 2, 1. John M.
Yay, John M.
Hey, you have been in the chat. I saw you posting some stuff. You're a fairly new name, I think. Let's see, where are you? Perfect. Oh, last message. Your local game store wants you to run games as a local event.
Cool.
Well, this will help. I'm going to whisper you real quick so we can get your email address. Just let me know if you want the starter dungeon or the gift card, and we will get that hooked up for you.
Woo, congratulations.
Can I reach you?
Is their site up yet?
I don't think it is.
Oh.
Wait,
come on,
she
Johanna.
She said
9 o'clock.
She said 9 o'clock. We're not behind schedule.
No. I dreamt she was going to like finish early because she usually sets realistic deadlines and exceeds them.
We'll see. I'm sure we'll all get tagged in Slack when it's up.
You are right.
Awesome. All right. So, should we talk about the filter system while we?
Yes. Well, and I'm going to play with my hands while we do this.
Yeah. So the filter system doesn't really give Nate much to do with his hands. So we've actually got some unfinished business from yesterday's stream that we're going to mess with today.
Dude, I couldn't crack this. So we did building of the build of the month yesterday, and I just couldn't get. I don't know. I just couldn't find an identity for this thing. I still don't quite have it yet. But I tried a couple of things. One, I just sort of threw some puzzle floors in. I can't even see it because it's way off the thing. But we'll get there. Hold on. I should have built on a terrain tray. What was I thinking? I need a workhorse.
I should have explained how terrain trays work to you.
Yeah, I'd like to hear about this.
Post email in chat. No, So I whispered to you. If you look in the top right of your screen, you should have a little. This is to John. You should have a little quote chat box icon. There should be like a notification there because I've whispered you already. If you didn't get it, you can reach me on the Discord or you can email me. OTA@dwarvenforge.com. You can email that if for some reason it isn't going through. Then we can get in touch.
Somebody was talking about cages like crazy yesterday, so we
pretty sure that was Paul.
Paul? Yeah. So we got the cages ready. Get cages here. So I'm gonna just mess around with this, try and figure out what the heck to do with this hellscape thing while we're talking about filters. Which but what I'm going to try and do, see what happens. I have a Caverns core set, a pedestal of pain in regular Caverns paint, and a crooked cavern set. I'm going to try and see what happens if I make a plain cavern that then transitions into lava cavern, hellscape cavern. See what that looks like. And we got cages too to mess around with. So that is what my hands will be doing while my brain is thinking about filters. We should have had Tyler on as a special guest to talk about his life.
Both be here though, because one of us has to run the stream.
Oh, fine. Well, he's here in spirit.
He is here in spirit. He's spearing here it.
It's transition. So the filters are basically, we were trying to do like what tons of stores do, right? Where you have a thing on the side where you can select. You have a bunch of different filters you can toggle on and off. Inspired a lot by the Pledge Manager, right? We have all these great filters we do in the Pledge Manager where you can choose, hey, do I want LED pieces? Do I want negative space? Do I want forest? Do I want whatever? So basically, we have the same thing for the store. So we should play a game. Tell us what you'd want to filter by, and we'll tell you if that filter exists. Is that a fun game?
Yeah. So the concept of filters basically is it's stuff like it's like keywords that are related to the functionality or like the theming of the piece, basically.
Well, it's everything from what's the biome of the piece? What's the price point? Like, there's a price slider. There's a you can choose what Kickstarter it's from. You can choose. I just ruined the game. You ask us what you want to sort pieces by, and we'll tell you if we can sort them.
Vertex says in stock.
Yes, there's an in stock button. Ding 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 ding.
Elevation.
Yes, we have build styles. I think they're called. That elevation is one of the styles.
DMN. This is filters for the store. It's not just aimed for the city's Kickstarter. It's aimed for everything in the store.
Everything in the world of Dwarven Forge.
Filter. What is going to be in the next restock?
No, but wait for it. We're endeavoring to have restock collection pages, so then you can sort of see what all the which I think we did in one of them recently, so you can see everything that's going to be in the restock before it lands, so you can kind of make your plan.
Chuck's actually answering all of them in chat for us.
All right.
Want to filter by features, LED, and magnets? Chuck says yes and yes.
Chuck is quick on the uptick. I would not want to have to do like a
starter set?
Shootout in the streets with Chuck.
Starter set filter?
There's a whole core. Yes, there's a whole. So we have, what are they, categories? Oh man, I can't remember what things.
We have like 4 big.
There's core sets, which are basically entry level sets, which are all your bread and butter pieces. There are expansion packs, which give you more building options, such as like the Crooked Caverns pack is a perfect example of an expansion pack too. So the Caverns core pack is basically just 2x2s, walls, floors, corners. The Crooked Caverns pack is an expansion pack that has convex curves and 1x1s and all the sort of fiddly bits that give you more building options. Then we have special effects packs, which are stuff that's loaded with LEDs or magnets or foggers or black lights or whatnot. And then we have miniatures and accessories, which is all the freestanding stuff, from your Sassules and your lizard folk to your dungeon dressing or whatnot.
Transition pieces.
Yes, we have a transitions category.
Ice.
Yes, we have a whole sub-theme. So you can search by all of the different biomes and their sub-themes. What do we call it? Maybe, do we call it sub-theme? I think we call it sub-themes. So like you could search by Tudor building versus Fieldstone building. You can search sewers. You can search ice, hellscape, Underdoom, all the flavors.
Let's see. Filter. Sets on my restock email list. As an idea.
I don't know. What? Oh, like things
if they've marked things on their account. Like.
Oh, wow. That is we do not have that. You win a prize. You win a prize of improving our web store.
You win a prize of maybe seeing that feature get integrated.
Yeah. Whose idea was that? That was great.
That's McGreg OK.
Yes, that is more than okay. That was a great. Yeah, that's a really cool. So if you've selected notify me when this is back in stock, you can. I love that. Yeah, Johanna, that's the kind of thing she loves to dissect. She's like, oh, how can I implement this?
Hidden gems filter?
Not yet, but we're going to have a collection page of the hidden gems. That's a good one.
Filter spell effects.
No. I don't know if we have enough but maybe
We've got 3 or 4 different walls.
Yep.
We've got.
That's a bad.
We got the fire bits if you want to count those as spell effects.
Sort of. I feel like we need a couple more to be able to support it, but that's a neat. That is a good idea.
McGreg more than okay.
Yeah.
Filter previous purchases.
Ooh, that's an interesting one.
I went to buy bridges and it's down. The store should hopefully be up in the next half hour, 20 minutes.
Put that one, filter by previous purchases, is a really cool. That's a good one.
Putting that right under UV reactive shimmer front.
It's just what the factory is really excited to hear is some more ideas as they're endeavoring to get this stuff shipped. What about
pole accessories?
Yep.
Filter unlikely to be restocked. Filter low stock.
Well, we don't want to have filters return everything. Come on. Filter low stock. That would be an interesting one too.
We'd have to figure out what the cutoff would be, because for some pieces, low stock means different things.
Yeah, like a Necromancer's Keep, low stock is when you get down to 5.
Compared to like a Cavern's Core.
Cavern's Core low stock would be like 50.
Yeah. Pieces that work with foggers.
Yes. I think.
If it hasn't been mentioned, filter least expensive to most expensive and vice versa. We have a price slider. Suggestions, better yet, put like a shiny blue gem over the picture of every item you've purchased. It makes it feel like an accomplishment. I don't know if we have the capacity.
That would be cool. Let's be honest. That would be
filter
awesome.
bread and butter.
Core pieces
kind of fits that niche.
We have a core
expansion.
We have a core pieces. What do we? I think I bullied Tyler into calling it bread and butter. Actually.
Yeah.
We have separate because I didn't want people to confuse it with core sets. So I think we do have a core pieces filter that is just basically bread and butter pieces.
Filter pieces used on Critical Role. That'd just be the whole store.
It's just all diagonals.
Filter resin.
Resin has its own category. Yeah.
Filter previous build of the month set / parts. It's kind of a collection page thing, right?
Oh no, but like rounding up everything that's been on a build of the month. Huh.
Is it useful outside of a collection page?
I don't know. So I demand more information. What would you use this for? Like what's why?
Filter dressing.
Yes, we've got a bunch of freestandy fun ways to find the freestandy.
Filter pieces I need versus pieces I want. That's kind of the subcategory thing, right? That's kind of why we have core and then advanced, core and then expansion, and then is we're trying to like give like a good roadmap, especially for starting out with like you should start here, add some of these after you've got your core stuff taken care of, and then here's like some extra theme stuff.
Man, I love the prefix filter, similar to yesterday's prefix idea. It's really
filter
fun.
Wargame scatter. I think we do have Wargame as
We've got organic scatter, or I don't remember what we ended up implementing for Wargame stuff, but we do have we have scatter, variety of scatter ways to look at scatter. Wow, this is a lot. This might be too big.
Filter pieces my wife will kill me if I buy. Again, it's like
Necromancer's Keep.
It's the Necromancer's Keep. Filter as seen on the Anvil.
You need a slider that's like the wife aggro slider that like where's your threshold?
Isn't that just the price slider?
Yeah.
Filter Technux. People are really pushing the Technux.
What are Technux?
So one of the things that's been most requested, both on the forums and the Discord with the sci-fi set, is to make an insert wall that has the same dimensions as like the Dungeon of Doom insert wall. So that, and you can use it to slot in different like computer screens and like viewing bays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Calling it like a Tech Nook, and it also lets you cross over with Dungeon of Doom.
Oh, that's fun.
And do like some kind of cool crossover stuff with DoD.
Yeah.
Where are our ossuary nooks? They've got their own filter. It's not true. That's not true.
That is a terrible lie.
Same footprint as ossuary nooks. You can mix and match sci-fi walls with fiddly bits, or even have necromancers in space.
I do like compatible geometry, I'll be honest.
Yeah. Sci-fi double door needs to be a working iris door. I've said it multiple times, but I would love a door that like we use like a little lever to open that just makes you want to like make the little whoosh noise when you open it.
I mean, I want to do that. I mean, I make the noise anyway, but yeah.
You do, but like it'd be great to make everybody else want to.
Yeah.
I did it all for the Nook.
Yeah.
Filter Nate/Chris's/etc favorite pieces. Oh man, Well, it could be kind of fun to like. That could be like a take on the hidden gem thing. Is we have a different team member like highlight one of their favorite pieces every now and then.
That's not crazy. Although my own running gag is that I say every piece is my favorite piece.
No, it could be a fun way to just like personalize hidden gems a bit more.
That is a fun Toby's favorite thing is.
I should talk to. I'll suggest that to Andrew. I'll be like, hey.
That's a fun.
Yeah.
Well, team spotlight.
Yeah.
This is what I like and why.
Kind of personalize it a bit. Filter pieces Nate has broken.
That would be many.
Filter monthly promoted pieces so that you can focus on things you want people to buy that month, possibly with a small discount.
It's build of the month.
I think it's kind of what we do with collection pages. Yeah, like with build of the month and restock pages and stuff.
But we could do a bundles. Oh, we do have a bundles. We do have a bundles slider, or whatever. That's for bundles and megapacks, or megapacks are included. I think we called megapacks bundles. Wait, I can't remember. But we do have a thing for selecting big old bundles.
Big old bundles. All right. Seems like people are pretty excited about it. Filter anchor magnets. Yes, we do have magnets.
I think anchor magnets is one of the things. Man, Tyler should be here because he's the mastermind.
Yeah. Filter damaged goods. Would it just be the ruins?
We have a ruins.
We have a rune tag.
I wish it was active so people could play. We should have done this episode next week so people could have played with it and then give us thoughts, notes.
All right.
Filter.
Here's a challenge. Let's make a call on the story before we wrap up the stream. Just like a basic idea pitch for the narrative of this build. We've got a couple pieces in place here. It looks like
I'm worried it's too expensive.
I don't know exactly what sets you're using here, so that would...
Well...
Who won the giveaway? John M. did.
Woo!
Did 6 finally? No.
6 is holding out for the second anniversary stream. We're
second
gonna do
anniversary
a special
stream. He's gonna win.
We're gonna give him a special giveaway if he hasn't won anything by then.
Should be smaller normal caverns area. The thing is, you're using a caverns core there, yeah.
Yeah, I'm using a caverns core and a crooked caverns. I could pull out the crooked caverns. I have more pieces than I need almost. So I wanted to basically, it was just all an excuse to. It was just a vehicle to get what's this piece? The pedestal of pain. It was just all like a pedestal of pain vehicle was the idea. But I could definitely let me try pulling out the crooked cavern to see what we're left with.
Okay, so that's just this is crooked plus the.
This is crooked plus.
Plus a core. So we take out the crooked.
Well, let me finish with this first, and then we'll see what it is. And I can also pull out this. I put puzzle floor stuff in with the lava to see if that could be the glue to hold the lava, but maybe it's nuts. But I can do this.
Wife requests no more dark build of the month stories with dead kids.
Fair. Well, it's in Trogus, though. Well, yeah.
Can we filter by sets that contain a certain piece? I think if you type in the SKU number for that piece.
I don't know. We have the database is gonna be a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know. It just dead kids just ended up being like I didn't realize it was gonna.
I didn't realize it was gonna be dead kids either.
Yeah, it just sort of happened. Like, it felt right for Introgus. It was like.
I mean, yeah, he absolutely would, but I think it's because he was just they would just do that to anybody.
No, it's a downer as a hero. Like, you don't want to come back and be like, listen, we couldn't, your kids are dead. We couldn't save them. It's like, oof. It's a tough day as an adventurer.
Story for this build. A Dwarven Forge Angel is trapped in the evil Stolen's warped cavern. Stolen is trying to convert the angel into one of his Hellfire Angels for the upcoming war.
A Hell's Angels thing?
Yeah. Well, it's a take on the, Dwarven Angels from the Anniversary game.
Oh, Picorni's Angels?
Picorni's Angels. There we go. I could see that. You got the puzzle floor thing, which is a cute idea.
Yeah, but is
it blending well?
No. It's I gotta go back and tear that out. But
I feel like it honestly would blend better with the regular caverns area than the Hellscape area.
Yeah, but I don't think it's necessary. Like, I was looking for glue and looking for an identity. Like, it just didn't
Dude, relatable.
Just didn't. It needs to feel like it's got its own thing. I can pull out the. Let me see what this adds up to. So we have.
Hey, thank you for the raid, Games Tavern.
Hey, Games Tavern.
You don't have puzzle floors. You kind of want them. Well, go to the store. Oh no.
Burn.
Oh, the store.
All right. So does anybody know how much the Cavern's core costs now that the store is down?
Oh, that's a really good point. God,
it's like
it's a little over 100.
120 something.
Oh, you know what? It should be on the forums. Because we posted the breakdowns there before. 119, 129, I think 120-ish. $70 unpainted.
Yeah,
sounds about right.
Oh man, what was the? So I have an encounter 1. I have an encounter 1 in an infernal door pack and a rising walls. I think right now encounter 1 is 169. Rising walls.
Yeah, it's looking like so. We should, if we estimate 120, that should be right around there.
All right. So, oh man, and a cave entrance. Okay, so I have. This is ballpark. So you want to calculate this out quick?
Yes. Okay, Cavern's core is 114 according to this.
Really? Wow, that's great.
According to this, it's 81 unpainted, 114. Unless my information was wrong.
No, that's good enough for ballpark. All right, so 1 Cavern's core at 114, 1 Crooked Caverns at 99, 1 Hellscape Encounter 1, the Crucible Chamber at 169, 1 Rising Walls pack, which I think is 39.
I think we're already over. Hey, John found it.
Infernal Cave Door pack at 27.
We're definitely already over.
And 1 Cave Entrance at 26. What is that? What's the total?
Okay.
Sir. Pedestal of Pain. Oh.
Pedestal of Pain's in there too.
Yeah, that thing is like 70 something, I think.
I'm just gonna put in 70.
75. It's called 75.
It's 100. It's 270. That's
a lot.
380. That's.
And this is. I haven't even taken the puzzle floors yet.
We're hovering around 550 here.
Oh. Okay. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Please.
Wait.
So, what?
It might not be 550. Wait, no, I think it is. 300, 350? Yeah, so we're definitely over here. Man, I guess it's the thing is...
Yeah, I don't know. This... Erg. Alright, let me pull those out and let's see if we can get this thing down. Did people have any thoughts, feelings on the filters while we're messing around with stuff that's too expensive?
410, 440.
Other than, I guess it's kind of sight unseen. It's really hard to have any insight, isn't it?
Okay, it's not 550. It's like between 500 and 550.
Well, it's still.
Yeah, it's still over.
More than I want it to be.
Man, what's the piece worth? 169. Is that the hellscape?
That's Encounter 1.
That's the hellscape.
The problem is
the point is to use the hellscape.
Well, the problem or the thing we've been grappling with is the lack of 2x2s, right? That I need Encounter 1 for some basic building pieces.
This is why we need a hellscape core.
This is exactly why we need a hellscape core. Yeah.
Puzzle floors are only like 45, aren't they? Yeah, puzzle floors aren't where it's at in the cost. The main thing is we're looking here.
The puzzle floors aren't even in the cost. I took them out.
Yeah, like over a third of our cost right now is Encounter 1. Or roughly a third of our cost right now.
I don't have enough. Ugh. Oh, I could do this.
Just go back to Valorian coin stepping stones over lava.
That was Chuck's suggestion yesterday. It's a really good one.
Let's see. Probably remove the core caverns and just tighten it around the pedestal. Do a smaller build. Should we basically just do a souped up Encounter 1 here? Encounter 1 with some extra.
The problem is, it doesn't have an identity, and B, it's actually surprisingly tricky to
rock around.
Well, we don't have any sets that have enough. Like I'm either short floors or walls. Much less playable space.
We're missing the basic building blocks.
Yeah, which is the.
Do you think we should pull the plug on it being hellscape?
Maybe. I would do if we had the transition pieces. I could do regular cavern that turns into hellscape, but we're sold out of all the transitions except for this one, the transition passage.
You can move the soul cage off of the pedestal of pain to cover a section in the hell area.
Ish, but then you've got a giant hole in your floor. I mean, yeah, that is.
The pedestal's adding what, 70 right now?
Something, yeah. But that was sort of the thing tying the regular cavern to the lava cavern.
Do a variation of the ice cavern build of the month and switch to hellscape. Is that possible?
It's not. I would love to do that.
The issue is the lag. So the reason
we don't have the banks.
The reason the ice cavern worked is because we had that core.
Yeah, we don't have enough basic building block pieces. This was the same thing I was hitting.
Go for a build that's open plan on the outside. Being in a much larger cave area, so less walls isn't an issue. So maybe we're just building one side of it? Really? And we don't have to enclose the entire room?
That's a clever idea. There's all sorts of like weird things I run into. Like I don't want to put the we have this Magma River features pack, but it has the lava fall and the spill out and the transition to negative space, but it's like you can't really do anything else with these. Like it's if you don't have any other hellscape stuff, this it's just such a weird thing to throw in there.
Maybe a Dungeon of Doom with the pedestal of pain as the focus.
Yeah.
You can also use some of the puzzle floors in the standard cavern area too. Well, the puzzle floors were to help build out floor space inside the hellscape area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how much a starter dungeon runs that we do for the giveaways? They're like
$50.
They're $50.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing is really my nemesis right now.
If y'all pull the plug on hellscape as the base, this has encouraged me to grab Encounter 1 and the pedestal of pain because I hadn't seen the cavern paint job and like it now. I think it's the main thing we're looking at is all that we really have to work with is Encounter 1 and then trying to soup it up a little bit. If we go with an open plan, we can make it feel bigger than it currently is.
And we've got these. I can call upon the hellscape core pieces, but the challenge is everything is lava at that point. Like there's no playable space. The good suggestion yesterday was that the players can earn like a lava walking ability that has a limited duration. So there's they've got to move before their lava walking runs out. But then fundamentally okay, maybe we can make it work for this one build, but then people are stuck with all they have is lava and nothing else to do with it and no transitions out, and it's like you're not going to be able to what else are you going to be able to do with it? Like it's not a usable collection of pieces.
Here's a potential identity for it. We could literally do like a game of the floor is lava, where we add in some kind of elevation or some kind of stepping stone bridge thing. If we do like the cages as bridges situation, it could literally be an encounter entirely built around trying not to get knocked off into the lava. Potentially.
Totally.
I don't know.
Awesome. What I have qualms with is what else are you going to do with that collection of pieces?
Oh.
Right? All you have is lava. Like there's no you don't have the playable space in between. So, okay, you could do that gag once, but then what? Like
there's got to be somewhere to go from there.
There's no you don't really you're just stuck with all this lava pieces that you can do that one you know what I mean? Like I feel like we're jamming this thing in, and I don't know how to I don't want to just give people a bunch of pieces that are no good. This is supposed to be a way to start your collection or add to your collection in a meaningful way, or do something that's useful. This is one encounter you could build, but also you've got all these options. So it's I feel like we're just sending people down a hellscape dead end because we have no I don't know how to connect it, or we could throw the budget out the window and use. There's the encounter 1 or encounter 3 core pieces, which is like $300 I think, that has a bunch of bread and butter stuff. What did we use in the Hellspawn Hollow?
Hellspawn Hollow, we used. There was a Magma Rivers pack in there, wasn't there? Or it was using something.
Yeah, it was either Magma or it might have been the encounter 3 core pack. I can't remember.
There were definitely Magma Rivers involved in it. Why not do the lava at the center and surround it with the caverns? Encounter 1 is an encounter.
Because I don't have the transition pieces. We don't this.
Do we have cavern banks in stock? Can we just put banks on top of the lava to use those as the transition?
Ish. The problem is all of these pieces, they're all raised. They're all they don't have flat. They're beautifully sculpted, wildly not conducive to building on top of. Yeah, it would be kind of neat to have a pit of lava down with banks around the outside. I don't know, the shop's not up, so I don't know what else we have.
Even if you can't do a ton of builds with it, it sets us up for the future Hellscape Core. True, but that Hellscape Core is still a while away.
Yeah, it's six months off or something.
Think Descent into Avernus in 3 parts. We'd have to have the ability to follow it up with more Hellscape stuff, and the reality is we're looking at basically all that we have in stock right now.
I wonder if there's. I gotta look at the list. There's gotta be something else that we have that.
Aren't there little hazard squares?
We have the trifecta.
What if the Hellscape stuff is on the other side of a chasm using terrain trays?
It's not crazy. We do have trifecta, actually. We have. Maybe we do 2 trifecta packs, but what's nuts is 2 trifecta packs is $236 right there. And it's also sort of an awkward collection of pieces.
Can we see which lava pieces we have available? Unfortunately, well, I guess we have all this stuff over here.
I have a spreadsheet somewhere.
It doesn't help that the store's down right now.
We've got the trifectas that we could use. So here's the other wall I'm hitting against is I really wanted this to be an affordable. I wanted to be under $350, which I don't think is feasible with Hellscape, or at least with the Hellscape that we have, I don't think it's feasible. Because my crazy dream was I wanted to do a build and then offer a deluxe version that had the light panels, so you could also illuminate it.
Do we have the lava banks?
No.
We don't have lava banks?
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, no. Negative space. But we could do trifecta, sort of.
Because what I'm thinking...
But I also didn't want to do terrain trays because I've done... The last 4 builds of the month have been terrain tray heavy. Or have had, this puzzle.
Places to pass through a lava waterfall. One thing I'm thinking, what if do we have some sort of elevation in stock that we could use to surround this lava to have it be a pit in the center of a standard cavern? And so the transition is simply that you fall down into it.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. There's a bunch of like wacky creative builds we could do, but it doesn't fundamentally change the. Doesn't fundamentally change the lineup. Like, I still struggle with wanting to offer a collection of pieces that's useful. Do you know what I mean? Like it's, you know, I at the end of the day, yeah, we could shoehorn something in that that makes sense. Like we could make a one-off build that looks cool and makes sense, but it's like people are gonna, you're gonna spend $500 on this stuff and then not be able to do anything else with it, and that's a bummer.
Everyone loves the lava rivers. The problem is
we're out of stock.
Yeah, the problem is they loved it so much. The problem is they loved it so much that we don't have it right now. Elevation to drop into the hellscape, almost like it's a rift that opened up.
Yeah.
We could do a stilt pack. We'd have to use terrain trays would be the thing, which
which I really was trying to dodge. I think what we need to do, I need to throw out hellscape and
can we do just plain
forget hellscape and wait until we've got Cavern's Core or something.
Do we have enough accessory pieces like the devilish details or the pedestal or like the
we've got Hellraiser.
Can we maybe take something that isn't hellscape itself but do a build that is flavored with hellscape pieces?
Yes.
So
like
we could do a hellscape accessories build.
We could do like caverns, like we could do something like this, right, where it's caverns with the cavern style pedestal of pain plus.
Because I think you can
plus the Hellraiser here, so we've got like a Tri-Spire and a Mega Pool and a Howling Devil.
Yeah, because I think you can dress up.
Yep, give an identity.
I think you can dress up caverns, dungeons, and mountains pretty well with the hellscape stuff to give it a theme.
Can't dress up mountains well because all we have is the Aaron Thor.
That's true. Once Wildlands hits, we'll have a lot more options.
Yeah.
But I could do Stalagmites pack can go basically anywhere. Same with the fire.
Yep.
So maybe we do a thing where this is these stalagmites like started like bursting through the earth or something, and it's starting to maybe like the devils are starting to invade from this point.
Yeah. Pedestal of Pain plus Hellraiser plus some cavern stuff is suddenly a cool like.
So maybe since we don't have the core stuff here, we just focus on hellscape accessories.
Yeah, and that's probably the best idea yet because we don't have any other ideas. Because
could add the Encounter 1 as premium option, slightly off retail price.
It's not nuts.
Is there a way to? We'd have to see if we could find a way to like integrate it into the build well.
I'd love to have it, be the second room or whatever. Yeah.
It also actually might make it easier to justify just having like Encounter 1 and the Lava to Caverns transition if it's like, oh, this is just starting to happen. You know?
The Hellraiser pack guide buys us a lot. Like, there's definitely something we could do with all these bits.
Yeah, because
especially if we have the Pedestal of Pain, and then we've got two. Oh,
they could use those to like
teleporting pads or things. Yeah, and the Pedestal of Pain has got a circle, so now you've got 3 circles, which is suddenly
one of the traps could be whatever they're
cool.
dealing with, whether it's the Howling Devil. Maybe like it has some kind of spell that like they use the pads to try to teleport. Like on their way out, he drops a cage on the
surprise.
Yeah. Good night, Rabbit. Thanks for staying up as late as you did.
Good night, Rabbit.
If you get the transition hallway, that makes the premium Encounter 1 connect. Yeah.
Yep.
So maybe that's the upsell is like
that's an interesting
because so Encounter 1 is 170. How much is the transition passage?
26.
26.
So it's an extra $200.
Yeah, you're looking at almost an extra $200 to be able to add a hellscape room to your and the transition piece. So basically, you can add that onto any of your playing caverns. Is that a good upsell?
Maybe.
We kind of be cutting out the light panel idea at that point because there's not.
Yeah, we can't have too many options, but.
Yeah, and also like one light panel is what you would need for Encounter 1, and it's not that big of a deal, you know?
Well, maybe you already have it.
They're saying it's a good option. They say yes, it's a deluxe pack. Maybe this is the path we take.
Yeah. Well, I think fundamentally I've just been like, slamming my head up against the hellscape wall, and it's not changing. Like,
we're missing too much bread and butter to try and make it the heart of the build.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of the accessories. We have a bunch of the fiddly bits. Let's just use those.
And you could build, and you could. There's things you could do, but with the trying to keep a budget down, as well as offering a collection of sets that are useful down the line, whatever. Like, it's just too many. Yeah. It's too many challenges, I think.
I get that.
Well, but I like the idea of spicing up a cavern with some hellscape stuff, and then maybe deluxifying into Encounter 1. Like, that's thematic. That looks like a thing. That's a pretty cool.
The lobby into hell is just a funny idea.
The lobby into hell. It's just like elevator music. Just elevator music. Whoa.
That's very good. That's extremely good.
Has no one ever used that before? Wait,
elevator?
Elevator music?
I've never heard it. I've never heard it, and I'm a connoisseur
Google
of comedy. Google elevator. Dude, that's one of my big things. I remember there was a gag. We put like a fake commercial like sponsoring one of the like YouTube videos I made at one point. And like the whole gag was it was a fake commercial for Stagert, the yogurt that you can eat in your house.
Stagert instead of Gogurt?
Yeah. And so I remember like Googling the phrase Stagert to see if anybody had come up with that before.
Was it out there?
Yeah, nobody had said it before. So I was just like, yes.
We own Stagert.
We got Stagert. We got Stagert.
Eureka!
Is the Soul Cage a elevator?
Yeah, it's.
Oh, maybe that can be the upsell if you get the.
Upsell to hell.
Maybe that can be the thing. Is like that can
Stagert.
Be a elevator into. They get in the cage and then that platform. So that can be like an alternate build, like a build tip situation. Is if they do get the deluxe with the Encounter 1. They get in the Soul Cage elevator and it warps them to now the hell environment potentially.
Yeah.
You don't need a elevator in cities now. Just make an infernal city.
You kind of need a elevator everywhere you go. Let's be honest. Elevator.
Apparently, it is a thing. Oh well.
Elevator music? Come on. Damn. Well, let's go with Stagert then. Let's see.
Stagert. Is there a way to filter by amount in stock? Like, there are 150 left, good for suggesting for build of the month, or
not yet.
Not currently.
But that is a really good. That would be useful.
Yeah. Especially
when trying to figure out build of the month.
All right. Well.
Is it? It's probably pretty late, huh?
Yeah. It's 9:15.
Okay.
Not as late as we could.
Is the web store up?
It's not. On Slack,
man.
Apparently they're having some issues.
Oh no. Yeah, how bad?
So either restart the process or we abandon it tonight, depending on how it goes.
Whoa. What would happen?
I don't know. Oof. So it might not happen tonight. We'll see.
Well, that is disappointing.
Yeah. I wonder what went wrong.
I don't really know anything about.
Web store now shows reopening at 11 p.m. Okay, so she's still trying to do it tonight.
Cool. She's gonna fight it. Like, Johanna will not go down without a. She's gonna take that website with her.
She doesn't really give up.
No.
Can you mimic the cavern with the hellscape, even a small area, so you go into the elevator and then come out on another level that has all the lava?
Ding.
I think that's a solid one.
Yeah, there's something here. I like upselling, having like the deluxe with Encounter 1.
Because just the fact that like Encounter 1 by itself takes up half the budget. Like that's 170 right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you add in the transition piece, and that's almost $200 out of what you want to be under $350.
Yeah, no, it's there's too many. The deck was stacked.
Yeah. Cool.
But I think this is something to play. I can play with. I can work with this.
Awesome.
If nothing else, we figured something out.
Yeah, I think the idea of like just shifting the focus away from trying to make the bread and butter work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying.
Because now we know that the nice thing is trying to do this made us realize that we needed to get the ball rolling on making the hellscape core.
Well, it was literally as soon as I walked out of the room yesterday, you're like, we need a hellscape core.
Yeah, I was watching,
this is what you need.
I was watching the stream, and when he passed, I was like, watching the stream just make me realize we really need to just get that core going.
Yeah, no, 100%.
We need a good bread and butter collection.
God, say bread and butter again.
Yeah.
That's people have come up to me at a convention and say, just say bread and butter. Can you just put it once for me?
Yeah.
Like, all right. Well, let's call it a night. Covered a bunch of ground. We figured out something in the realm of hellscape here, and hope you enjoyed all these. We had a lot of prototypes to look at, or test shots to look at tonight. We don't have filters to look at yet, but 11 o'clock, Rabbit will wake up and the store will be up. It'll be good. Well, thank you guys for thanks for hanging out. Thanks for doing fill out the sci-fi survey if you haven't. Thanks for our impromptu terrain tray survey. Thanks for all the good ideas. Thanks for just being awesome. It's such it warms my heart. Hanging out on these streets is just like the most fun. Period. The end.
Will there be an unpainted version? It depends on what we end up selecting as the pieces. It depends on what we got in stock.
We have a much better chance of doing an unpainted version if we're doing starting with a caverns base, because for whatever reason, a lot of the hellscape stuff, we had a really good stock of painted and like an abysmal stock of unpainted. Like there'd be 200 sets of it painted and 10 unpainted or something. So I think we have a better chance if we're going lighter on hellscape. I think we have a better chance of having an unpainted.
We need the versatility.
And I don't know what the sets are yet, so that's going to also affect it. But
but we're going to be trying to figure that out quickly. So yeah.
I'll make I'm excited. I think I could do a thing with these two. Like we'll put these in like little nooks, so a thing, and then it'll be like there's something here. We got
Hellraiser's a good pack.
Hellraiser plus Pedestal of Pain plus some caverns is suddenly like that's got an identity. It's a spicy little thing. It's like it's fun, and it's a pack you can buy and do a whole bunch of things with. Like that's the important thing. It's
Hey,
like
Kodiak Bear's here.
Hey,
how are you doing?
How's your health? How are you holding up?
Yeah. It's good to see you again. Thanks for the great time. It was nice to be able to wind down a vacation night with all of you. Are you on vacation right now?
Woo!
So for a 13-hour drive tomorrow. Oh man, one of those vacations. One of those where you don't take a plane.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to be in a plane right now, honestly.
That's completely fair. Man, I haven't taken a road trip in a very long time.
Dude, you haven't left your apartment.
I mean, like before the pandemic. Like it'd been like a couple years since I'd taken a road trip. You know?
Yeah. No, yeah.
All right. Well,
did Kodiak?
I haven't seen a response from Kodiak yet. No.
Well, it's good to see you up and about.
Yeah.
Very happy to see you around.
Let's see. All right.
Well, thank you, everybody. Yeah. Good night.
Thanks for coming by. We'll see you next week or tomorrow.
Oh wait, we didn't tell people. Yeah. Hobby Hang tomorrow. We'll be back next week.
Next week's on the Anvil. I don't know what the topic's going to be yet.
Hellscape Part 3.
Hellscape Part 3, yeah. We'll probably have an update on what ended up happening with this.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Night, everybody.
Night. Why, just hands.